What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and it is great to have you with me in the lounge today. Now, look, we got a whole cast of characters, a whole panel of people back there just raring to go because it's Batman week. And hey, all those reviews came out, all the stuff has happened. We're getting all kinds of information and all kinds of fun stuff, and we're going to talk about that tonight. But hey, if this is your first time in the lounge, welcome. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. We're so glad that you took a few moments out of your time to spend with us here at the lounge. And hey, if you're not subscribed, if you've never subscribed to the Poindexter Lounge, maybe if you've been subscribed to the Poindexter Lounge and you know what, you don't like us anymore, but you're like, you know what, there's just something about Enosh. I can't stay mad at him forever. And, you know, he was a good guy and I liked him in the past. And, you know, maybe I'm checking in again. Why don't you hit that subscribe button again? You know what? We would still like to have you here. That's what we're all about here at the lounge. You know, things come and go, but we are glad to have you with us tonight. Whether or not you're here as a messenger of peace and love, or even, you know, if you're just lurking in the background waiting for me to say or do something that will tick you off. Hopefully that doesn't happen because I don't try to tick anybody off. But hey, if this is your first time, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about all the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, then please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're here, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, and let others know that, you know, that you dig what we're doing here. All right. Let YouTube know that you dig what we're doing here by giving us a like. And if you would, my last little bit of, well, it's not my last little bit of spiel, but my last little shilling for the night, as we wind that part of that segment of the show down is, hey, will you tell somebody else about the lounge? Will you let them know that we're here? Will you let them know that that we're doing this thing, that we're talking about the stuff that they love and that we love, and we're giving a place for others to be able to come in and talk about this stuff, and that, you know what, they should be here with you. So please do that. Also, as always, we want to say a big thank you to all of those who support the channel, not just by watching the channel. Watching the channel is the biggest thing that you can do to help us. But of course, all of you who support us in other ways, thank you to all of our patrons. As you can see right here, we're very, very thankful for all of them. And of course, all of our members. Our members are awesome. They keep growing, and we're so thankful for them. Thank you to all of you who put your trust in us. Membership is as little as $2. The Patreon is as little as $1. And when you do that, you get access to all kinds of cool, fun stuff. A lot more coming actually here in the next week. And thank you to everyone who gives super chats. Cannot thank you enough. My wife appreciates that, and so do my children. And of course, if you just want to, you know, if you just want to say, hey, thanks to the lounge, we have PayPal, Cash App, and a Venmo in the description below. And then, of course, don't forget there is a link down there where you can get all kinds of cool Poindexter Lounge stuff. And some of it doesn't even have Poindexter Lounge on it. It's just cool swag in general. And so you can check all that out below in the description. All of those links are down there. All right, so we're gonna jump in. We've got a lot of people here, and not only that, but we have our very own correspondents who watched the movie tonight. We're gonna hear from them. We're gonna read some of the reviews that have come out, compare them with our very own correspondents here at the channel, and then also we're also going to take a little time later, have a little bit of fun, and read some past reviews from different Batman movies, because I think that would be a lot of fun to go back and see what did they say about that original Batman movie? What did they say about, you know, Batman Forever? What did they say about The Dark Knight? What did they say about Batman Begins? And yes, maybe even what did they say about Batman and Robin? Ooh, are we ready for that? I don't know, but hey, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And
Please forgive the intrusion. but I have watched for far too long from the outside as you have built this pantheon of yours. Did you honestly think that I would sit idly by, quietly, as you built this empire without me? I, who found you, I, who introduced you on this stage. You have laid the foundation, and laid it well. You gathered the players, and now I will reap the rewards. Seriously? Right now? Of all time? Well, hold on just a second. Hello? I've told you guys over and over and over again, you have the wrong number. Andrew, this is not Andrew's phone. You guys keep calling me. Please lose my number. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye. No, where was I? Oh, yes. Some have mocked the Pantheon. Yes, even I had my own doubts. But now I will lay claim to my portion of the concept that you have proven. The invasion of the Poindexter Pantheon is coming and has already begun. Is that grammatically correct? If it's already coming, it is... Never mind. Just stay tuned. Maybe Saturday. I know it's kind of weird for me to give you a heads up, but I know what it's like to have to plan things, so be ready.
What that happened earlier, and then it cut me off. Well, at least it didn't cut me off this time. I have no idea what that's all about. The only thing going on Saturday that I have to announce is finally we are going to induct H. Bartz into the first ever, as the first ever inductee, something like that, into the Poindexter Hall of Fame. But that's it. It's got me a little concerned now. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, we will be inducting H. Bartz into the Hall of Fame. Finally, after all this time, we've talked about it for a long time. Finally, we've put that together, but now I'm a little concerned as to how that's going to go. Also, if you do become a member or you join the Patreon or you give a super chat of any type during our shows, this week's giveaway in honor of Batman is The Batman Who Laughs, the graphic novel. So, hey, anybody who does any of those things, you're automatically in the running for that. All right. That's some craziness. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, we've put together the Pantheon. We'll just have to wait and see. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of crazy things that happen and don't know what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're going to start bringing our panel in. We're going to discuss this stuff about the Batman tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Master Nunn. What's up, Brian?
Not much, man. Doing good.
How'd your show go tonight?
It went well. It was a little late. I had to watch the nephews, but other than that, it went well.
Awesome. Also, we've got Bipolar Nobody. Mr. Chris, you're here. What's up, Chris?
Hi, guys. Hello.
Hey, what's
Good
up?
to see you, sir. Also on the panel tonight, we got Better Than Grayson. Who is that exactly?
It's Jalen.
Like, did somebody sneak in here? Like, God only knows, man. People have been sneaking. That's happened twice to me today. Earlier today, I tried to do this little video. Snuck in. Again, taking over. I don't know what that's all about. Krypton's Core is here. What's up, Krypton's Core? Good to see you, sir.
Hello. How is everyone?
Doing well. RJ is here. What's up, RJ?
Hello. Should you carry holy water on you?
dude.
You might need to start to, because I don't know. It's like your channel got possessed by like a ghost or something.
I don't know what the heck that was, man. Like I'm a little scared now, to be quite honest with you. I mean, somebody taking over my stream.
A little bit.
Gosh, I don't know. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Mayo to our fine sandwich here at the Poindexter Lounge, Mr. Caden Reed.
Wow.
It's on sale, dude. $4.14.
That's
I
expensive.
don't care.
That seems expensive for me. I'm sorry.
big.
It's expensive.
Without it.
They're big jugs. They're big jugs.
I don't care.
That's good.
Clip that. Somebody clip that.
That's getting clipped.
And
That's
they're going for
I
a low
don't
price
care.
too. You know, those are discounted.
I have.
Those are big.
Oh my god. I'm just
a lot of mayo, Caden.
I don't care about the
A lot
mayo.
of
I don't
also,
care.
also here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Eddie. We got full panels on here the last few nights, man. It's been awesome. We got Eddie. What's up, Eddie? Good to see you, bro.
Yo, what's up?
We got Thade. What's up, Thade?
What's up, everybody?
I'll tell you what, we got to plan this here in the next week. We got to play Poindexter Squares.
Yes, we do.
Tell you what, we'll put it out on the community page. If you would like to be an actual contestant on Poindexter Squares, we will put that together. How that will work is just like the old Hollywood Squares show, where we got 9 players. We got 9 squares, right? And then we'll have 2 contestants, and then they can play. And maybe we'll pull from the membership or the patrons, or maybe we'll throw that in. Also, if you give a super chat, you're in the running to be on Poindexter Squares. We'll do a new thing. That'll be fun. Also here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is Anthony B. What's up, Anthony?
What's up?
And
What's
our
up,
live on the street correspondent, ladies and gentlemen, just got done seeing the Batman. William, crap!
Oh,
Guess what? Oh, hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Wait.
He did say that his battery is running low.
No. It's a battery. The battery in my my thing here is running. Oh, guess what?
Hang on, I got you.
Guess what? Brian. I want
Brian,
Brian. We only get Brian for one day a week. Hold on a second.
I'm backstage. Just bring William in for a little bit. Talk to him.
All right. But we only get you for one day a week, dude. Man, that's like important. Like,
all right.
Okay.
Who's getting next then?
Who's willing?
who's getting it?
Somebody's got to go in order to let William in.
Oh, we reached the max amount. Okay.
There are 10 people on stream.
Okay. Just play Eeny. I don't know. Pick
Mighty
Mo.
No, I'll take the L for this one.
All right, Eddie, if you want to stay in the background, and then we'll bring it back in, okay, buddy? I appreciate it, man. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's send Eddie to the back. Bye, Eddie. We'll see you in just a few. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. William the Wise. Just out of that, real quick, William, before we get into your review, and we're going to read other reviews as well. We do have a couple of things to take care of here real quick, because guess what, folks? We got a new member, and he's on the panel tonight.
Whoa.
He's on the panel.
I just kind of figured it out in the last couple of days how to become a member. I had to do it through my actual computer and that's my iPhone.
They need to fix that, by the way. You should be able to become a member on mobile, but whatever.
You should be able to. But
you know why? It's because
Krypton's Core
25% off. That's why.
Right. Krypton's Core is the latest member here at the Poindexter Lounge, and so you know what happens when we get a new member. It's time for a woo!
Showtime! It's time.
Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! It's live and it's coming. Woo! 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 Slow down. Woo! 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 I'm styling and
profiling. Woo, woo, woo. Upside down. Woo, woo, woo,
We go about 5 more minutes of that. I don't know, but hey, thank you, Krypton Score. Appreciate you, man.
I have a fun fact about Ric Flair. So when I was I had to move down to the Dominican Republic when I was 10 years old. I lived there for 3 years, and I didn't know who Ric Flair was because in New York you only had WWF, right? So when I went down there, he was the one who brought wrestling to Dominican Republic. So he was like the heel, sending all the American wrestlers to fight, and he was like the ultimate bad guy over there because he had a fight with the main star, like the Hulk Hogan in Dominican Republic, and he beat Ric Flair. So Ric Flair got pissed, and he was sending wrestlers to try to fight him, and that was my first introduction to Ric Flair. And I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Because I never had him up in New York, because it was always like the South that had Ric Flair, so we never had that introduction. And it was like from that moment, I was like, this guy is freaking awesome. This guy's, and then he finally, back in the past now, but in the future, then I was able to see him in WCW and NWA. And then, it was really, really cool. So that was my introduction to Ric Flair.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Very cool. Well, welcome to membership. Rel with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you, Rel, so much. Appreciate it. Says, I find it weird that people are getting mad at negative reviews for a movie they haven't even watched yet. BVS should have taught us only your opinion matters.
You mean trash VVS?
Oh, hush. Hush.
Yeah, no, I agree with that statement. What I will say, though, is that sometimes when you can tell when you're reading or watching a review, mostly when it comes to the negative side, I think the reason some people get mad, though, is when it seems like the person, is trying to, they have an axe to grind, when it's like, it just reads really weird.
Yeah.
I think that's where issues come in, if that makes sense. But I do agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, it's interesting. But people still, they got their opinions, right? And speaking of opinions, can I point something out here, Anthony? I see your comments, but I see your comments about me, and I'm not like mad at those or anything. I find it funny. People think that they know what I feel about this stuff. That they know what I feel about the supposed Snyder Cut coming back. I literally am not on here at all ever saying that the Snyder Cut is actually happening or Snyderverse is continuing or any of that stuff. It's very interesting to me how perception is a weird thing. And even with some of these movies, yeah, man, I see ways that it could happen. We've talked about ways that it could happen, but I am not one of these people out here, with this propaganda that it's absolutely happening, that these people are doing
last week.
That people are doing this and that, and I get it, but the thing is I know that there are people behind the scenes actually fighting to still get Ray Fisher involved, and Ray made his own choice. I mean, I saw somebody there, talk about firing, and I think it was you who said something about firing there. That's not the case. The man walked away. The man walked away from it because of what was going on. So there's, when we talk about that, there's a discussion there about what is happening, what could happen. And I don't know, that's one of the things that we talk about here, Anthony. Not mad at anybody. I just always want to make sure that people understand my opinion about things, because I think that sometimes people make this notion, they have this notion of what they think I think based on what other people say, and what friends of mine have said, and what other people say and do and broadcast on their channels. And look, that's not always the way that I feel about stuff. And so yeah, it's interesting, the whole thing. What's up, Andrew Casali here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Andrew. Says, yo, Enosh, by the way, my favorite Batman films are Batman 1989, Batman Begins, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, and I'm excited for Pattinson's Batman. And you know what, Andrew? Those are some great choices right there. Those are some great Batman choices. I will tell you that.
Phantasm is an amazing movie.
Yeah, and Anthony, I also find it sad that that there are people who can't let go of those things too. I just don't think that I think that sometimes we're saying a couple of different things though, because if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, you know. But there are stranger things that have happened. So we'll as always, we will keep our eyes on that story and you know, and report if anything ever does happen. And that's what we just do. So speaking of things happening, Mr. William was out there tonight watching the Batman. William, can you give us your thoughts on what you thought of the Batman?
I would put it in the epic category. It has some issues, the length being one of them. It does not need to be a 2 hour and 55-minute movie long. And there are some spots in it that do drag. I think they could have cut about 25 minutes off and to make it flow a little bit better, but that aspect does not kill the movie. It is a very brutal, it is a very intense movie that has some very disturbing violence and themes to it. The score was great. The score was one of the best things about it. One of the better scores I've heard in the last couple of years. And its cinematography, the shot selection and the view that they give you the movie is probably the best I've seen since 2049. And the guy who did that won an Oscar. So it was on that level. There wasn't a bad acting performance in there at all. There were some that were too short. But as far as that goes, is this movie, if you're of a particular type of Batman fan, or if there's a certain tone that makes you feel comfortable with Batman, this is not your movie. This movie, whatever it is, it's not a superhero movie. It's a serial killer movie first. It's a detective movie second. It's a procedural detective movie or crime story afterwards. There's no superhero in this movie. So if you're looking for a superhero Batman, wait till somebody picks up a different trilogy, or wait till somebody else returns and do one. But it was great, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you're longing for a superhero Batman, this is 3 hours of something that's probably just going to piss you off. So other than that, I mean, I thought everything else
is the third act good?
The third act's the best of the movie.
Okay,
the Batmobile, the way the Batmobile is introduced is awesome. I mean, we've seen the footage of the Batmobile over and over, and all you've seen is it coming through the flames. I'll tell you this without spoiling it: that was not the best Batmobile scene of the movie. The way they bring it in is cool. Wow. The way the movie opens up is cool. Clearly, the first thing, like I said, it is a serial killer movie first and foremost, and then everything else derives from that. So
is Barry in it?
Say that again.
You're asking questions.
Anthony, that's a spoiler.
Okay. No.
Nah, I don't want to give you any spoilers away. There's not much to spoil in the movie.
So how's Falcone?
What's up?
Was Falcone was good in the movie?
John Turturro is good in anything he's in, and he's good in this.
Was it?
I think the most important question is, how was Pattinson?
Pattinson was good. Pattinson, he fits within the structure of this movie. He's not my favorite Batman, and I don't even think he's the best person to ever put on the cowl, but he fits perfectly in this atmosphere. He fits perfectly in this story, and his look and feel that they've built for him, it fits right in with this. I couldn't take that Batman and put him with anything else. And for anybody saying that they need to add other superheroes like Superman or anything else to this movie, absolutely not. And when you see the movie, you'll understand why.
What about Commissioner Gordon?
Once again, Jeffrey Wright, another top-notch actor that does a top-notch job. He's very strong in the movie.
Dude, I can't wait. Thursday, man.
Also, big question: how was Catwoman?
She was good too. Like I said, I've seen her in other movies before. This was probably her best acting job because she has a little bit more to do, and her role in it, without spoiling anything on it, she's got a little bit of a different role that they haven't revealed. So I thought her once you learn her story, you'll probably appreciate her character a little bit more.
Can't wait.
By the way, Bell, thank you so much for the $2.99 super sticker. You're awesome. You're awesome, Bell. Thank you so much. But so overall, what would you give it out of a 10?
I give it a solid 8. The length for me, kind of does it in a little bit. I said 8 to 8.5. I mean, but like I said, after I get a little bit more time to absorb it in my head, that could go up. But right now, I'm literally right out of the theater.
Was it like a pacing issue, or like there's too many dialogue scenes, or what?
There were some scenes that could have been shortened, but I understood what he was trying to do. He was trying to give every character that he brought on the screen enough time to breathe. Even the Penguin character, who's not on the screen very much, you get a lot of depth into his character and what they're setting the stage for with him. But there's just some pacing stuff in there. There's some scenes I thought that didn't really hurt or help. But if you were looking to cut some stuff, there were some scenes I'd have some like a top 5 that could go. But it for the 3 hours that it does move fast. It wasn't like I was sitting through Endgame where I was just waiting for it to end.
How is the fighting scene?
Fighting scenes are great. Fighting scenes are brutal. And like I said, if you have a young kid and your violence is one of the things that you're worried about as far as like how your kid will react, there's some violence in here. He beats the hell out of people. And these people he beats they cannot be okay. I'm sorry. Some of the things that happen to people in this movie, they are not okay.
So the guy in the trailer from DC Fandom, he didn't die?
That fool didn't get up. I'm not saying he died.
Damn.
I didn't see him get up. Maybe he did, but he did. That was probably the least amount of beating. He beats people in this movie in ways that's like, wow. I mean,
that's like, wow.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna love this movie, man.
Yeah, the fighting
like this was gonna be right up my alley.
Are you gonna watch it again?
No, I won't watch this until it comes out on HBO Max again.
Well, 45 days will be next.
Yeah,
month.
it's a long movie, and I mean, not so long for the movie. I guess it's only 24 hours in a day, and you only realize just how short days are when you spend 3 hours doing anything.
Oh yeah.
So what is the prediction for the box office, in your opinion?
What's up?
What is your prediction for the box office?
I don't know. I would not be surprised if this one does spectacular. I wouldn't be surprised if it has mixed reactions and doesn't meet expectations. While I was sitting there watching this, and I told Austin and Bradley this is going to turn a lot of Batman fans.
They there?
Yeah, they were here with me. I brought them with me. They're not here now, but I personally enjoyed it. Oh shit.
I think his phone died.
Oh no.
He was saying that his
Actress.
Yeah.
No.
Hey Todd. Hey Todd. MCU fan. We good?
Todd?
I don't know. Todd
I don't
seemed
know.
to, I thought I saw something that Todd
with
looked
Endgame.
a little.
Is Todd going off?
I don't know. Todd looked a little upset about Snyder Cut. I agree with you, Brian. Like, listen, everything's not about the Snyderverse. Everything, like I'm a fan of DC. I am a DC fan first and foremost. I was a fan of DC before Zack Snyder entered the picture, and I'm definitely a fan after Zack Snyder exits the picture. And that's just the way it is. Do I have a preference for what I like? Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Does that mean that that's the only thing I'm ever going to like for the rest of time? Nope. I'm going to go 100%. See this film, and I hope that the Batman does well. I hope that all DC films do well. Yep.
I have plenty to be excited about with what Zack Snyder's currently working on. So
exactly
that cast for Rebel Moon just keeps getting better and better and better. So from that standpoint, I think there's plenty to be excited about.
So I encourage everybody. Because we're not going to make this a Zack Snyder stream. I just encourage anyone talking about it. Just remember this. We have a new Batman film.
Who?
We have a new Batman film.
Batman,
I think back on somebody else who saw the movie tonight, Mr. Austin Lean. What's up, Austin?
Oh yeah, what's up, guys? What's up?
Austin.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'll take William's spot.
Now we can ask Austin all the questions.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask William this when you get a chance to. How was the Riddler? I hear he's very scary in this movie.
So interestingly enough, me and Bradley disagree on the Riddler. He didn't like, and look, Paul Dano gives a performance.
He was cringe.
He gives a performance. Hey, look at there.
Bradley's
wait, hold on.
Bradley loves Queen 5 of the Batman.
You get a 2-for-1 show when I come on. But No, so yeah, right, and I agree. There were moments, like I said, he gives a very eccentric performance. But I liked it.
We're not talking like Jim Carrey levels, though. I mean,
no, we're talking like eccentric, not in Jim Carrey humor, but still pretty eccentric.
Oh,
is it Gotham level?
So serial killer vibes, then, right?
Yeah, serial killer vibes. A lot of Seven comparisons and stuff.
I like that.
But overall, I know Bradley said it was cringe. I really liked it. Like it's kind of like you're either gonna like that performance or you're not. And I liked it. He goes all the way. It was terrifying to me the way that he.
Who's he go all the way with?
No,
we know Batman goes all the way with Catwoman on the Batmobile, right?
Austin, what about the third act? You like it?
I can't give away who he goes all the way with, man. That's a spoiler.
Okay.
But what about the guy in the trailer from DC Fandom from 2 years ago?
The what?
The guy.
What are you talking about, Anthony?
No, never mind.
The guy
We're talking
Stop
about
derailing the conversations.
Anthony, we're talking about sex, not beating people up.
Oh, well.
Oh my god.
Well, one of the same.
All right, Bradley. So you disagree with you disagree with Austin's take. You disagree. Oh, okay. That's why you couldn't hear us. Okay. You disagree with Austin's take on. Can you hear us?
Can you hear him?
Yeah,
Can you hear
I
us?
can barely
Okay.
hear you.
Okay.
Here.
So, all right, there you go. All right, Bradley. So you disagree with Austin's take on the Riddler being a good character in this film?
He was good. It's just honestly, the performance was a little over the top for me in some moments. I mean,
see, I don't want that.
Not like Jim Carrey over the top in like a really like campy way.
Yeah.
In a way, like he's like kind of like Nick Cage. And when like you're watching an actor in a certain particular movie, and you're like, I think they're thinking in their head like they're going to get an award for this. Like they're going to get an Oscar for this.
So it was ham. It was ham. It was like ham-fisted. Oh, no.
It was a little too much. And I was just like, okay, I mean, he's all right. Like, I don't like Jim Carrey as the Riddler, but I do think that he's better than Jim Carrey for sure.
It's not a very high bar.
I can live with that. I can live with that.
Okay, well, what's your opinion of the Penguin?
The Penguin, I really enjoyed Colin Farrell as the Penguin, to be honest. Like he said in the interviews, and like we've known for, a year now, I think, that he's not really in the movie a lot. But when he is in the movie, it's great. And that fucking chase sequence, the chase sequence, you guys are going to love. I'm telling you. You guys are going to love it.
Do you guys think, that this supports everything that they're doing on HBO Max, like a continuation of the story? Is the movie that good that it can support that?
What, that they're going to continue the world off of it?
Like, the world, yeah. It's a world-building movie.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot, before the movie and after the movie, you kind of get a feel for Gotham, especially after, towards the end.
That's awesome.
But specifically in the beginning, you get a lot of, how Gotham is. You get a feel for it.
Question about the tone of Gotham. Question about the tone of Gotham.
Yeah, the tone of Gotham is
some
perfect.
movies have shown it as being dark and moody and all that. Some versions have shown it as being, bright and colorful.
Think of like the Narrows in Batman Begins, how that sort of part of town in Gotham was portrayed. It's very much like that.
I have a question. So how do you feel about this or this? Does Bruce have any like progression throughout this movie?
Yes, he does. A lot of progression.
Okay.
A lot of progression. Psychologically and physically.
So is Grace wrong about the third act of the movie?
What did she say about the third act?
Well, let me clarify. It's not just Grace. There are some other reviews kind of saying that the third act is the weakest part of the movie, like the main climax. That it's kind of a soft ending. That it kind of goes on a little too long. That the ending should have been like 25 minutes sooner or something like that. Like it's a softer ending.
To be honest, like it did go a little long there for a while, but I didn't mind the runtime at all. I was there for the journey it was taking me on. Like the movie is a whole journey. Like when it says, I don't want to say too much, like describe too much.
Sure. Yeah, don't give away spoilers or anything.
Yeah. But the way
do you want to see a Catwoman spinoff?
What, Anthony?
Do you want to see a Catwoman spinoff from the movie?
Oh yeah, I want all the spinoffs from this world, from this Gotham. But like about the third act, there is a moment in the movie where you can tell, like, okay, we're ending the second act, we're about to get into the third act and stuff, and we're getting to the end of the movie. You can definitely tell, like, there's that transition in the movie for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't bad. Like, the ending of the movie, I wouldn't say it's underwhelming. It wasn't how I expected it to end. I wouldn't say it's bad though. Like, it didn't. The third act is not the worst part. And I heard some complaints about the CGI. Nothing's wrong with the CGI. It was great.
Also, I thought somebody would bring it up. How was Andy Serkis's Alfred?
He was actually really good. Honestly, he's on par with Michael Caine for me, to be honest. Like, I got a lot of Michael Caine vibes.
Interesting.
I'm interested.
Do you get like the vibes from? Never mind.
Yeah, and Gordon is just the detective here, right?
Yeah, Gordon's just. Oh man, I love the relationship dynamic between Gordon and Batman for sure, and the other cops as well.
Now, what did Austin think of Andy Serkis?
Austin, you liked Andy Serkis, right?
He's all right.
He's all right.
He's all right. I'm gonna.
Is he better than Jeremy Irons?
Yes.
Oh,
really?
Shit. Damn.
Yes.
Is it because they give him more to do?
No, I mean, they're very two different Alfreds, to be honest. Like, Jeremy Irons is kind of like the badass Alfred we all want. Andy Serkis is kind of like the father figure Alfred.
He leans more towards the Michael Caine.
Good, that's what he needs to be. That's what he needs to be.
But he's great in the movie. Absolutely.
So he's more Michael Caine than Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, he's more Michael Caine, yeah.
All right,
and
that's good.
He kind of, he's definitely a father figure for sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Bell has a question.
Bell has a question. Is it more brutal than the BVS Batman?
There is one scene that he does something that's pretty badass, but there are two scenes that are on par with the warehouse scene. I wouldn't say it's better than the warehouse scene though, but it's on par with it for sure. Okay. Definitely on par.
So a question. So the Batman, his fighting style is not stiff at all or anything like that. People are saying.
No, he fights great. The fight choreography is great.
Okay, that's what I was hearing. Those complaints.
Does he move good in the suit? Is the question. Does the suit move well?
The suit moves well, very much with his body flow for sure. And I know what people are talking about with the CGI and the fighting, because there's one particular scene that we've seen in the trailers. Like, he grabs the guy with a gun and kind of like disarms him and stuff, and this like
it looked like
weird
CGI?
technique. I'm pretty sure that was a CGI Pattinson, because
yeah.
I could tell from the trailers and from the movie that wasn't a real person. It didn't look real. So I think that's the thing people are talking about and highlighting.
How is the tech for Batman? The tech for Batman. How is the tech for Batman? Like, is it too tech? Is it like perfect? Yeah.
Yeah, the tech was great. He had a bunch of cool stuff that I was like, oh, that's cool. The lenses were for sure very interesting.
I saw something that talked about that this was more like him and his butler came up with this stuff themselves instead of like, government, kind of stuff like in the Dark Knight trilogy or or other kind of things. Did you get that same kind of vibe?
Oh, absolutely. You get it like in the first, first 30 minutes of the movie. You're like, oh, okay, like they're cool. They're working together. It's cool.
How about the music?
Is Bruce a bullet sponge in this movie?
Is Bruce a what?
Bullet sponge.
A bullet sponge?
Yeah, because
he gets shot a lot.
Yeah,
that's for sure. He gets shot a lot. And what I like too, because a lot of the suits in the other movies, like, he gets shot and like there's no damage to the suit at all. Like the progression of the suit throughout the movie is one of the big things I can appreciate, because we don't really get to see like the suit all damaged and stuff from like bullets and fights and all the stuff he's been doing throughout the movie. But we get to see like a worn out, like bullet shredded suit, and I'm just like, yes, that's what I need. See an evolution.
Oh, is it kind of like the Arkham games, where at the start of it, like the suit's in perfect condition, by the end it's all torn up?
Yeah, it's not like hella torn up or anything, but you can definitely tell he's been through some shit throughout the movie.
Oh, I like that. That's a nice.
So
detail.
how's the music in the movie?
What's that? What I think?
How is the music in the movie?
The music. Well, I listened to the soundtrack when it dropped,
Uh-huh.
and I was already invested in this whole movie. Like I was already obsessed with the music, and the music. Just seeing the scenes in the movie, because you know when you listen to a soundtrack before you see a movie, you kind of put the scene in your head. And you kind of imagine where this scene takes place, where this music takes place, and all this from what you've seen from trailers and stuff. That's my favorite part about seeing a new movie like this, especially with Michael Giacchino, I believe his name is.
Yeah, Michael Giacchino. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job with the score and the feeling of Gotham for sure. And what I like most before I answer this, what I like most though is the Catwoman theme song. What I picture a Catwoman theme is like have some little piano, some mischievous piano in there, have some violin, and they did just that, and that's enough for me.
Okay, so question. Does Pattinson's Batman seem like an inexperienced early Batman, or
does it give?
Is there like a year 1 or year 2 feel, or is he just like we get like does he seem like he's learning the ropes still?
Yeah, you could definitely tell he's learning some things and battling himself psychologically for sure, trying to place his feet between am I Bruce or am I Batman? And it's pretty clear that the portrayal of Batman, like Batman is who he really is, and Bruce Wayne's the mask. And I love that concept of Batman.
He's better than Christian Bale, right?
Is he better than Christian Bale?
Batman, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank God, because Batman was terrible.
I hear Austin. I hear Austin in the background, but I gotta take somebody out to be able to bring Austin in.
Yeah, maybe just go in. I'll leave and I'll let him in.
Okay, cool. All
right, guys.
Well, hey, thanks, Bradley. Always good to have you, man. Thank you for
Thanks,
your input and for your report on the film. We appreciate it, man.
Of course, my guy. I'll try to be on more soon.
Absolutely.
Sure. Miss y'all.
Absolutely. All right, cool, man. See you
Dang,
later.
brother.
All right, take Bradley out, and we'll put there. And then there was Brian. Okay. All right. So real quick. Whoops. There we go. I'm trying to put. There he is. There he goes. Okay. Hey, it's like Bradley's right there in the room with you or something. Oh, hey now.
Whoa.
What's going on?
Whoa.
Hey now.
Whoa. Hey now. Hey now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So
some flowers.
Oh yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
all smoke.
Okay.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yes. So your take on some of those things that Bradley was just talking about, because it seems like you guys have some different takes on the film in general.
We agreed. I mean, like you said, he wasn't too crazy about Paul Dano. I really liked it. It was very reminiscent of like a Nicolas Cage performance. Like he goes all in. It's not, and somebody was saying it's not Jim Carrey where it's funny, but it's. Imagine if like Jim Carrey was a serious actor and was that eccentric, and tried to do it seriously. It's very reminiscent of like the Arkham games. There's a lot of stuff from the Arkham games in this that was like, it very much feels like this is like a Batman for that generation specifically. But overall, I really liked it. It dragged in quite a few. I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
You're getting the full honest. So just because it was like it has every first Batman movie when they're trying to introduce the character has this problem for me. And it's just you spend way too much time on the setup and all of that. And it's weird because, we're already dealing with an established Batman in this universe. So for me, it felt like a lot of it was you didn't have to wake me up twice. Yeah. Anyways.
I did.
Wow.
Anyways.
That tells me a lot about the movie.
All right, man.
I mean, were there any fish in the area? I mean, what was the deal, man? Like, I mean, was it just like
you could smell the penguin through the screen? It just put me up.
Well, I'm just curious. I mean, like you were sitting there, but I mean, like did you get knocked out by a fish?
That's why I fell asleep during
actual
Rise of
footage.
Skywalker.
That's
Facts.
actual footage of me falling into a koi pond.
For real?
Wow.
I had to pay for the
Is
fish.
this Batman similar to the Batman Telltale?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't play those games.
Oh, well,
I didn't play the Telltale games, but I can't. It's similar to Arkham. It's definitely similar to Arkham in a lot of ways. From the armor and stuff like that. I really liked, probably the thing that I liked most about the movie was the narration. There's some stuff in there that's just like really feels like it's taken out of Batman comics specifically, and it was like really, really cool just to see some of that stuff.
So it's like noir, right? Like he explains, he talks throughout the movie.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool to see because that's very much from the comics and all of that, and so
the detective aspect is good.
Yeah, the detective aspect is great. It is in a sense. Yeah, there's a lot of things in this movie that have not been done with Batman on screen before.
Jeremy Irons or
Jeremy Irons is still my all-time favorite Alfred. I like Andy Serkis, and he's very Michael Caine in the father
more like
sense.
a military Alfred.
Well, he's looking out for Bruce, right?
Yeah.
He's constantly looking out for Bruce. Where Jeremy was like, he's looking out for him, but he'll also get in the seat with him.
Yeah,
he'll also right. Andy is more, Michael Caine, where he served the Waynes. He's very loyal to Bruce's parents, and that type of stuff. But it's not to say he wasn't a bad Alfred. He was great. I absolutely loved him.
Or Jeffrey Wright.
Now you've gone and ticked off Cherie.
What did I do?
She goes, did everyone on the wait, what? You fell asleep watching The Batman? # cancel Austin.
Yes,
damn, bro.
I already canceled him for the score.
I'm pretty sure I only fell asleep once. I think.
But for 15 minutes.
Well, it wasn't like for that long, but I'm pretty sure it was only once. I think
pretty sure.
There's an example.
And then it turns out he was asleep for a 7-minute period and another 7-minute period.
He almost missed the wingsuit scene as well.
I came back in time for the wingsuit scene. Okay, he's just giving me a hard time tonight because I said I like Paul Dano thing.
But I hope we don't see the Martha and the Waynes dying. I'm sick of tired of that.
Yeah, no, I think they've already said.
I know
that.
Fourth 1000. I've shown the whole.
Thank God.
Clip before.
Yeah, it's
Jeez. Fourth 1000.
Fourth 1000 was falling asleep on your review. It was like literally like going back to the fish KO. It was like, hey, yeah, that fish KO, that's fake, Enosh.
Yeah, it's not real. It's not. But no, overall, it was pretty good. It was a great movie. I'm happy I'm going to see it again tomorrow, and kind of let it sink in some more. But overall,
you like Falcone?
I'll be honest with you. I will say this. I'm going to try to. I like Pattinson a lot. He was great. He's going to be a phenomenal Batman. He really is. He doesn't take the place of Batfleck for me. Batfleck still was great. And then number 2, I think Paul Dano outshines him to a certain extent.
Can you confirm this?
Yes.
Well, that's just.
Can you talk about the allegations that you may or may not have been drunk?
I would never. First of all, I do not consume the alcohols. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it.
Smells your breath.
I can smell your breath through the street. Makes it so popular.
That's what.
Look at his bloodshot eyes.
No, I wasn't. I may have had a couple drinks that made me a little sleepy. By the time
he thinks Paul Dano
we got to certain point, but that's still the movie's fault that it dragged and that it was boring at certain parts.
It might have been a certain indolent.
But if you notice, like most of the time, the villains always outshines. So I really don't care about that because villains always outshine the heroes.
Well,
I hear we have an interview with you outside of the movie right after the movie.
Oh no!
What?
I want to see what my teeth look like.
Even though a medical doctor They took your teeth out.
I know I want to hold them.
Okay, so we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Let's see what they say first. Alright, let me go get these signs for you.
It's just so weird. I always saw those videos. And people were like,
What kind of ice cream do you want?
ooh, strawberry.
Yo, how is Little Sus doing?
I love the way that he turns. He's just like, ooh,
Right?
strawberry.
How is
Little Sus in the house.
Little Sus?
Oh, what's your question, Anthony?
How's Falcone in the movie?
I love Falcone.
Oh, thank God.
Falcone was one of my.
No.
Just. But no, I thought he was great. Honestly, that's very much like a Falcone, and that's the cool thing. Like they take a lot of elements from the comics. Not, they don't fully flesh out the storylines, but they do take the right things and they use them in the right way. They take a lot of stuff from the Law and Halloween and the Falcone stuff going on in that comic. They take a lot of stuff from obviously Year One and some other Ego and all that.
So it is like Year One-ish type like storyline?
It's okay, so it's not completely. It's more for me. It felt more Law and Halloween than because I can't stand Year One. Year One is one of my.
Is it similar to Batman Begins?
No. There's. It's similar in the sense that they spend a lot of time on, backstory and building up the character and all of that. But this movie has the opposite of Batman Begins in that it's got probably equal amount of action in it.
Are you ready for the pick?
Okay, are they without saying? Yes. Are they going to be? Do they introduce a lot more villains than the ones that we actually see? Like,
no. That's storyline. We don't want to
know too much more than I already know.
Yeah, I think.
I'm just gonna give you my information on that. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think we have to be
careful.
careful.
Can you confirm? Does Batman does Batman have sex in the movie?
Oh,
come on!
Let me tell you something. Batman's, is all over this movie, Anthony. Okay. And no, he doesn't. Obviously not.
Oh, God damn it!
Him and Catwoman have a little like fling, but nothing. You don't get like a Dark Knight Rises scene where like Christian Bale and Maria or Marion Cotillard are like by the fire having intimate, passionate sex. Like.
Don't laugh because this is genuinely serious.
It sucks later because he stabbed her. He stabbed her all right, and then she stabbed him.
Part of the whole movie.
Irony.
Do you think the movie is worth like having this like expanded like TV shows and stuff? Like, do you think it's that good to the point where you think we need to
I think that's a big thing that is, and this isn't like a spoiler or anything, but the cast have been talking a lot in interviews and stuff about how the movie's very grounded.
Yes.
And like that was my big worry going into it is for Batman. I think for the Batman that I want to see, anyways, yes, it's grounded in that like he's a man with no superpowers and he's relying on technology and all that type of stuff and his wits and own strength. But there's still a fantasy element to it, right? So this movie, I would say, and somebody, I think it was the Illuminati, gave a pretty good. It is very grounded. But it's grounded in Gotham's reality, not ours. And they did a great job with how they did that. And this is a universe that like you really want to see more.
Are you ready for the?
And can you? Are we going to be able to see like a Poison Ivy? And
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh great.
Oh yeah. You're gonna be able to see like.
Okay.
But do you think? Okay, because a lot of people have been asking about this kind of thing, and it kind of touches on those kind of same lines. Like, would you say that you could see a Clayface in this type of world?
That's an extent.
Yeah.
That's an extent. Yeah. I don't think we'll see. You're not gonna see like Killer Croc or Clayface.
Oh, don't do Killer Croc.
Or
no King Shark.
Milking Shark, no.
But will that be economy?
What about Deathstroke?
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely see.
Well, yeah, and look, from what I gather, it's the realistic villains. Of course, we could be able to see the realistic villains in this type of world. I think the thing that seems to be coming out is the fantastical over the top, and even Matt Reeves said it himself that for him the fantastical over the top things is that if he were to even think about including someone like Superman, for example, that Superman would have to be the only fantastical over the top thing. Just like when he said he made Cloverfield, like everything else is very grounded. Everything else is very much set in the real world, but they have one very fantastical over the top thing, which is the Cloverfield monster. Right. So that's kind of because for some reason, like, I don't know why, but over the last month, I've heard the name Clayface so many times. Like when it comes to sequels and stuff, and I'm like, I don't think there's nothing so far that I have seen about the previews for this film, about anything about this that even starts to go in that direction where like you think that you could see something like that in this world, you know, the supernatural kind of super powered,
right? Like there's you can definitely look characters like Bane
Freeze?
and Mr. Freeze and some of those, like, yeah, you can probably whatever that like you're gonna do with them, they're probably gonna be different and more a little bit more grounded, but those you can do, yeah. Stuff like Clayface, who's literally shape shifting and all that type of stuff and all that, you're probably not gonna get.
I don't know how you.
What about like the Joker?
Live action?
Do you think that would work?
Oh yeah, well the Joker, the Joker you can definitely.
So do they reveal Condiment King as the villain for the next movie?
Probably
Condiment King.
Oh God,
Condiment King.
Batman doesn't believe in him.
So you know how Batman Begins was grounded, right? But it was grounded like in the reality. This is a grounded movie.
This is
fantasy.
No. So Batman Begins in the Dark Knight trilogy, like I said, that's grounded in our reality, right?
Okay. Yes,
if Batman was here in our universe and how things exist today, this is grounded in Gotham's reality. So they're asking the audience, maybe do a little research on Gotham and that universe, and that's where this movie. So, like I said, you're still not going to see things like Clayface and all of that, but you're still, you can get the technology like the Bat Tech. You can get, the stuff like the detective, like eyeglasses that he puts in and stuff, which they already, revealed in the trailer.
You think Scarecrow could work in this universe?
Oh yeah, yes, that type of stuff can absolutely, yeah.
A Scarecrow again, even though he does deal with the fantastical, but even him, his is based in real life, real world kind of technology where it's a fear serum, right? So it's something that you could put in to make people hallucinate, and I think that's the thing. Is
chemistry.
Yeah, it's chemistry. People need to separate the fictional, fantastical fantasy apart from the Batman villains who, things happen to them. But, like you said, Killer Croc, probably not going to be a candidate for this. Somebody like Clayface who shapeshifts, probably not going to be a candidate for this. Or if you do see Killer Croc, probably not going to be the Killer Croc like that we know him. It would be like a deformity or something like that. But even then, you could only probably go so far with it. But these other villains, of course, you could see somebody like that.
Even like the Penguin, right? You know how Batman Returns approaches the Penguin and these kind of really like he eats fish, he grew up in the sewer, all this stuff. Yeah. Even that's very. It's not that. It's a grounded Penguin.
I did like that though.
In that reality and stuff, and it's good. It's he's still Oswald Cobblepot. Like he's still just without some of those things. So I think that's another thing somebody made is like this movie it's very serious.
You would like to see Man Bat?
Huh?
Come on. You would like to see Man Bat?
Man Bat? No. But no, it does. The movie takes itself really seriously. Even when it's talking about some of the things that might be a little out there, I think that's the thing is it decides to take itself seriously, and I think that helps a lot. So
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Let me ask a question. it does take itself seriously from what we've seen. Would you say that it takes itself too seriously? Sometimes where it's obnoxious, because I'll be honest with you, we're gonna switch gears since we now have had you guys, 3 different people who've seen the movie tonight. Share with us that we're gonna read some of the reviews, mostly the bad ones, because everybody's been kind of glowing the reviews, and some of the bad ones are funny. But my question is, because one of my concerns, like, and I've seen this kind of talked about in the quote unquote bad reviews, right, or like the negative, the reviews with some negatives in them, I should say, because I don't think that there's been like horrible. Maybe, I don't know. We'll get to it, but my concern is some of the things that I've read, or not the things I've read, some of the things that I've seen in the trailers and things like that. It just feels like it almost insists upon itself. When I hear that, like, this movie somehow, takes some of its cues from Nirvana, I'm like, yeah, like, what? Like, what is, I mean, like, I could be totally wrong.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, is it insistent upon itself, or is it allowed to just be a movie that you can just go and enjoy?
I don't know.
So I just want it to be obnoxious.
I honestly, that was one of my worries too. Is, the Nirvana thing was a big worry for me. I was like, Kurt Cobain, Bruce Wayne. What? Like,
right.
You're gonna take too much heroin and put a shotgun in his.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Can you imagine? He's like, but no.
What we're really wanting to know is what Ronan wants to know. Did it smell like Teen Spirit in there?
Yes. No. No. I mean, another big issue for me, like I said, was the year one aspect. I'm not crazy about that comic. I'm not crazy about seeing a Batman in year one.
What a hater.
I know, right? But I'll be honest with you. I think the cast and everybody, and even Matt, I don't know if they did it on purpose. I don't know if they were trying to redirect some people. They did a terrible job describing this movie, in my opinion. Like,
really,
even the whole grounded thing. Like, when they started talking about grounded, and Colin Farrell did an interview, and he was like, "I love how Matt did the whole grounded thing," and I was like, "Oh gosh, no, that's the last thing I want. Is I want." Batman, like, in full, have fun with the Batman universe and go all out. And the movie does. And I, like I said, I think it was just maybe, I don't know if it was a misdirection, or, like I said today, they did a great job explaining that, like, it's reality in Gotham, not in ours. So even with the Kurt Cobain thing,
of course not.
I loved Robert Pattinson's Batman and how, and you'll see, because there's a lot of mystery.
Better than Batfleck?
But, well, no, not for me better than Bat. But I'll be honest. I can be honest. I have a bias for Batfleck. Like, I love that. That's one of my favorite Batman to see on screen. The whole idea of that, like, he's not the Bruce Wayne we know yet. He's getting there.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's where the possible, like, Kurt Cobain comparison, right, can be made. It's not a great comparison, in my opinion, and it really kind of derailed some things going. But yeah, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think for the most part, fans of Batman, whether you've seen the comics, whether you saw the animated series, whether you saw the old movies, are going to be really happy with this take, because it's not humorless either. There is, like, some humor in there. It's not like it's a 3-hour deadpan.
Well, see, because that's how it appears, right? That it just appears like it's gonna. It almost watching the scene that we've seen from that very first trailer where Batman just beats the snot out of that guy. Like,
he's dead.
That's kind of like set the tone, I think, for most people, that it's like you just feel like you're just gonna get beat up with this film for 3 hours.
Well, I think in that sense you can kind of compare it to like the Zack Snyder movies, right? Where you, especially like Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, where based off the trailers, I was like, this is going to be the grittiest, darkest thing that I've ever seen comic book wise. Right. I'm so excited. And it was like, there were some funny freaking moments in that movie. Really, really great. That lightened the mood and did a great job with everything that was going on. And it has the same thing here. It's not near as much. It is definitely not near as much, but there's some great Batman, like, comic type humor, especially between him and Catwoman and some other things. So
that's awesome.
Well, thank you. My last question then is, what do you give this film 1 through 10? 1 through 10.
So I give it a 7 out of 10. Still
Okay.
really good for me. Like based on my scores, 7 out of 10 is like high. That's one of the best scores you can get. So 7 out of 10. The only thing probably holding it back for me was like
sleeping for 15 minutes.
You can cut 30 minutes out of that movie, and mainly because of how long they linger on shots.
Okay, I got one more question before you go, Austin. Does this movie?
And you don't have to leave, Austin. You don't have to leave. We're gonna read a couple of funny things about the movie. So, and I'd be interested to hear if you agree with with a couple of the negative things, because it seems like you have a different kind of take. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Thade.
Question is does this movie leave open for like a sidekick for like a Robin or whatever in the future?
Well, yeah, this movie is very invested in the Batverse, not like the DC universe, but the Batverse. Like you can very much tell.
We could possibly see a Bat family later on down the road. Or
look, dude, you get some really cool things. Like you know, and they've already said in the trailers and stuff, so it's not
just stuff you can't talk about.
Well, no, but like they said in the trailer, like, dude, you see the Iceberg Lounge. You go in the Iceberg Lounge. Like you know, that's.
It has funny moments.
Does that have an actual iceberg in it?
That'd be sick. But no, like there's some very satisfying moments for comic book fans and fans of the character and the lore of the Batverse, and yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for them.
Is it top 3 on your list for Batman movies?
Do you think it's the best Batman solo movie?
Oh shit!
So that's not including Batfleck.
Is this the definitive Batman?
Well, see, now this is where I can derail the conversation, because I think Batman versus Superman is a Batman movie, not a Man of Steel sequel. But
that's a trash movie.
That's a solo.
In that, solo film,
better than 89, better than Beginning.
Let him answer. Let him answer.
It's better than 89 for sure. It's better than all that.
Okay.
It's better than all that. The only thing that rivals it might be The Dark Knight, because of like the big villain, like Heath Ledger in that performance, and just. But overall, I think I can confidently say, it's probably the best solo Batman film we've gotten so far.
That's all I need to know. Yes.
That's interesting. Well, you know, Austin, I am very, very thankful. Here's Mr. Williams back.
He's at the
did we catch him driving? They're gonna come after you now, William.
No, I'm in
William?
the passenger seat. So
oh, sure you are. I noticed that you turned that camera off real quick there, mister. You better watch it. Listen, William, we love you, man. And we're concerned about you. That's why we heap lots of hate on you. That's why we heap lots of hate on you, is because we care about you.
Yeah.
And listen, it's very serious.
Don't laugh, because this is genuinely serious.
Where I left off. Oh yeah, it's got to turn some Batman fans off. I enjoyed it, but I can seriously see aspects of it that will not be for a good percentage of Batman fans. And when you guys were asking about,
we lost Brian. I love how William just like came in and acted like nobody's done anything for the last 30 minutes.
Right.
We were waiting for William.
Like we absolutely had no discussion whatsoever. Like we stopped the stream.
Yeah, waiting for William. That's the only reason I'm here.
Waiting. Because he's like, well, like where I left off was in. We're like, okay.
Box office wise, so I can say I wouldn't be surprised if it did bonkers. I wouldn't be surprised if it underperformed. I mean, either way, it's a coin flip because of that. It's that. For what it is,
80 or 90.
So, go ahead. What you say, Anthony?
80 or 90 for the prediction.
80 or 90
for the box office. You think?
That's hard. I would say a 90 opening.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, that's not bad at all. It only costs 90 to 100 some odd million to make. It's not a high budget movie, so you don't need to really make a trainload of money.
Which that's you know what, that's another thing that I give a lot of credit to, for a movie that's not $150 million budget. They made it look like it in certain scenes.
Today it came out that with COVID protocols and also with other things as well, like that without COVID protocols it's 150, and then with COVID protocols, it's like 180 to 200.
All of a sudden, it became a huge blockbuster again.
Never mind.
Well, I mean that.
Never mind.
But if you make half of your expenses the first weekend, you're gonna do fine.
No, you're gonna do fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, you can't really, COVID protocols. It wasn't
Yeah,
because
that doesn't count.
It's not really a budget for the movie. It's a budget because of the public protocols. But to make the actual movie, it was probably $100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It just once again it pushes up though again how much money the movie has to make to break even. But again, in these new days, like it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter how much a movie can make $10. Austin could have been the only person to go see that movie tonight. And if they want to make a sequel, the studios are now looking at it like we just don't give a crap because we're going to put it on streaming somewhere and people are going to watch it, and that's all we care about now.
Yeah. And the people that saying streaming doesn't matter either, that's not the case because in 45 days, I mean, dude, look at movies right now, right, that are having they're getting revived on Eddie. Eddie, take off your shirt, man.
Calm down there, buddy. Calm
down.
Take it off.
I scratched my nose. I didn't.
Eddie, get your finger out of there. Don't put your finger in there.
Once
hey guys, I'm gonna go. I'll see you when I get to the house.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
William.
All right, William.
In 30 minutes.
Oh, he's leaving again?
Come back in 30 minutes.
Everyone pause. Everyone pause.
Yes, he left again. He'll come right back in and be like, so what I was saying 30 minutes ago. No, we're not going to be here all night tonight. Tonight is for this film and for this discussion. Oops, my chair is
early reactions.
I hate computer chairs. I swear to God, man. I hate computer chairs. Okay. No, Monkey Jeebus here has a great point. Like movies have to make, well, they have to make twice what they make to basically
twice and half.
It's not really,
but really 3 times to be profitable, just because people never seem to count the cost of the fact that like the theaters take some of that as well.
But, but this is the thing, like you said, like especially now with streaming, like this movie's going to be on HBO Max in 45 days.
Yeah,
and
even if this movie,
all that money would be specifically for Warner Brothers, so they don't have to share after 45 days all those subscriptions. Because people are going to go watch that.
It's just the thing of
what about all those people boycotting it and whatnot? I mean, it's going to get boycotted into hell, right?
No, that's not anything.
Again, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, like a lot of people assume they know what I think about this kind of stuff, and listen, I am not. I am going to see this movie this week. I am absolutely supporting this movie. But I have concerns.
Sure,
right?
I know you
concerns.
secretly hate this movie. I know you secretly hate.
I'm going to hate this movie off the bat.
Absolutely hate this movie. Don't you know I am a Snyder bro through and through. I will only accept Zack Snyder's vision. Snyder be his name.
Oh God,
Snyder we trust.
In Snyder I trust. By the way, this isn't on the thing here, but I do want to say a shout out to Jalen. Thank you so much. Jalen has become the newest patron of the Poindexter Lounge. And so, Jalen, we are very, very thankful for you, man. Thank you so much for being part of the lounge. And we appreciate that, man.
Don't worry about it.
Really?
What's that?
Oh, just one of the names down here on the panel. If he kills boycott the Batman.
Can I just answer this question real quick?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
All right. Does the Batman have theatrical replay value? Would I pay to see it? Well, obviously, I didn't pay to see it tonight. Thank you, William. Shout out, William. Got the press screening. But
you didn't pay to see it tonight?
I know. Can you believe it? But no, it does. For me, it's something that I want to see again on the big screen because I want to catch some things that I missed. I want to, and I want to also obviously, but also I want to the theatrical experience for movies like this is, for me, it's unmissable. Like you want to experience, even before the movie started and stuff, I started conversating with the guys next to us, about the movie and stuff. Like you make friends, you do all that type of stuff. I definitely say, go see this movie in a theater.
But your conversation was a little weird, wasn't it? I mean, we've got audio. And a little bit of video. It's kind of weird.
Pump. Pump.
Would you care to explain what that was all about?
Again, I may or may not have had a couple drinks before the film started.
Are you going to buy the Batman in blue on 4K?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that Art of the Batman.
Are you gonna get the Steelbook?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it. I want a physical copy. I'm going to see it again tomorrow night. I got tickets for that IMAX screening for March 1st, the fan screening and all that. So
Robert
we'll see it
Pattinson's
again
gonna
tomorrow
show
night.
up.
Yeah, if Robert Pattinson's there, I don't know what I'll do.
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you. You come in my.
If he shows up, I will freak.
Bradley says he'll freak. He'll break up with me and freak right there on site.
On site. Well, okay. I want to show you guys something. You all know my friend Dave Pena. Who has the vodka stream on Friday night? But Dave Pena, the film.
Never heard of him. The film junkie.
The film junkie.
I'm joking.
So he had this. He put out this video, and so I thought this was pretty funny. So let's take a look at this real quick.
All right. Let's see which critics didn't like.
It's Scott Mendelson. Oh God, I can't move. I can't move. The Batman is the best gripping redo of previous Batman films and TV shows with a lethargic pace that drains the film of tension and suspense.
Oh God.
Is it gone?
Yeah.
You want to turn around?
I think I shit my pants.
So there you go.
He got blocked by Scott.
But by the way, jeez. Fourth 1,000. Listen. Fourth 1,000. Richard Bay had his moment. All right. So
does he?
Yeah, he had his moment. I'll take the Richard. That's funny. That's hilarious. Okay, so yes, let's take a look at exactly what Scott Mendelson said. Let's take a look at what a couple people had to say about the Batman.
All right, before you do that, I'm gonna say goodnight. I've got to get some sleep for work in the morning.
I'm just gonna do. Yeah, we're just doing this, and then we'll probably be calling it tonight. But yes, thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no, I gotta hop off too and stuff. I just wanted to say hi. I'll be in the comments and say hi.
Hey, Austin, thanks for the reviews, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Of course. Love you all. Driving with Jack tomorrow.
Good night, everybody. Good night, chat.
Bye, Austin.
See ya.
Bye,
guys.
Tomorrow.
Bye, guys. And evening to Brian as well, who had to go. But yeah, let's see what a couple people had to say here.
Are we going do every review for each Batman movie?
We might pull up a couple if you got one. If you got one, like we'll just randomly pull up one. How's that? Does that sound good? Okay. Because we're already how long are we? We're an hour and a half.
1 hour.
Yeah, we're gonna end up being here 4 hours if we do that. But hey, we'll pull up a couple and just read just like a little bit of them. Okay. But I do want to read this one. It says Robert Pattinson offers a unique live-action incarnation of the Cape Crusader in Matt Reeves and Peter Craig's The Batman, spending 95% of the movie as his masked alter ego. Pattinson's Bruce Wayne, seemingly on the spectrum emotional disconnect, creates a certain social discomfort while initially offering a unique perspective to any number of conventional sequences. It's a shame that his character exists within a mix and match of elements we've seen before in everything from Batman Begins to Batman Returns to, ironically, the director's cut of Daredevil. While visually scrumptious, well acted, and often engrossing on a micro level, the Batman can't help but feel like another variation on Batman, but for real this time, which has frankly become into its own subgenre. Unlike The Dark Knight or even Gotham, the Batman will eventually become beholden to the superhero franchise formula. It says, I cannot whine that Batman does little more detective work here than in the prior. He says, I could whine that Batman does little more detective work here than in the prior films and still less than Tony Stark did in Iron Man 3, or that most of his crime solving is rendered irrelevant due to how the plot unfolds. However, that's a marketing media complaint. That's not an artistic one. Batman's rookie snooping skills are even called to task in at least one of the film's funnier scenes. That the picture is light on action and quality. Fisticuffs is only an issue in the film's tacked on blockbuster climax. For the first 2 hours, Reeves and friends would otherwise prefer this Batman flick be compared more to Seven or Saw than The Raid or Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That this anti-tentpole Batman movie is pressured to be our latest theatrical savior is a cruel irony. Jeez, man. You just don't like anything.
This is the reason why I cannot take Scott Mendelson seriously. He just
gosh, man, he just hates everything.
Seriously, bro. He just hates everything. He hates Zack Snyder for no reason. No damn reason.
I mean, I don't think it's for no reason.
Like,
but...
who cares who Scott Mendelson is for real?
Yeah, well, I mean, you know,
enjoy what you want to enjoy, dude. People like I said before, art is subjective. Just go watch it because for you. Don't watch it for what other people are saying about.
No, he doesn't like this. This guy is very weird. He does.
But hold on, he says here. Hold on a second though, because he says here, I've studied the film industry both academically and informally, and with an emphasis in box office analysis for 30 years. I've extensively written about all of said subjects for the last 13 years.
Oh, I don't believe that. Okay, sure, buddy.
Sure. I know. It says it only exists due to the implied commercial appeal of Batman in the abstract, and it's still trying to sell something old as something new.
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
okay, and that's the part where I'll be honest with you, I'm a little worried because is there anything that we're going to see in a Batman movie that we haven't seen already in some aspect?
No.
What's up, Azteca? Good to see you, man.
You could Enosh, he's an 80-year-old character. Of course, he's old, and they're trying to do something new with it.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes perfect sense. I don't think that's bad. How the heck are you going to take a character that's existed for 80 years?
Yeah.
And say that comment? That doesn't make any damn sense, in my opinion.
No. Yeah, I just
left.
The tomato meter has it at 87% right now.
That's not bad.
Nope, it's not bad. Obviously that could still,
it's better than Wonder Woman 84.
I was reading some of those comments, those negative comments, and they were just ridiculous about it's too long. They're not talking about the story. They're just talking about
on the tomato meter thing.
Yeah, I was reading the negative comments on Rotten Tomatoes.
Let's look at it.
Stephanie
Zarek from Zacharic from Time Magazine says the Batman emerges from a movie universe now becoming ubiquitous, with a phony funeral world.
You see that
with a phony funereal what? Funereal worldview is the only thing that can comfort depth.
They need to stop using big words like
what? Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
Let's see. Adam Graham here from the Detroit News. That's a little closer to me. Says the Batman certainly mirrors the dismal state of the world today. Any breaks from that dreariness will have to come at a different bat time on a different bat channel.
Okay.
Steven Silver here from Tilt Magazine. Tilt Magazine puts the Batman guys, come on, you're critics, man. Come on, get it together. Spell. Puts the Batman characters into a forgettable B- serial killer thriller, one with a needlessly convoluted plot, too many characters, unconvincing twists, and a terrible villain. Pablo Vilesa or Vilesa here says the Batman is an okay film that thinks it's excellent. It's also so inspired by Fincher's two exceptional pictures about serial killers that I'm surprised it didn't call itself Bat 7 Man. Full review in Portuguese. Okay.
Okay, whatever, girl. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So I mean, yeah. So there's obviously some people who did not like it, but honestly,
is Grace on this?
I
don't see Grace.
Tanla here says performances were emotional and raw in the Batman, but you're gonna get a very broody Batman that never smiles. Oh, are we seriously gonna go there?
Oh no!
Oh, come on. The Batman is not kid friendly for younger ones. Okay.
So they want Michael Keaton Batman that smiles.
Dear God in heaven. So
now
now
the Justice League Batman.
So I mean, seriously. So now we want Batman to smile too. What's up with like wanting like all these heroes to smile? Like that's like top on all these people's like ideas. There's like, well, they gotta smile. If they're not smiling and winking at the camera, then then we don't like it.
She wants MCU Batman. She wants MCU Batman. That's wisecracking.
That's the problem, right? That's the problem. Absolutely. Bob Bloom here. A lot of positive comments here, but Bob Bloom here says Reeves is aiming for a film noir-like Batman story. Yep, but The Dark Knight. Supposedly the world's greatest detective does very little detecting of his own, mostly relying on others to unearth clues and pass them on to him.
Well, that's Batman, dumbass.
Rachel Wagner from RachelReviews.net says, I wish they had taken the time to develop Bruce as a real person with feelings and emotions. Even in a dark and brooding film noir, there still holds the moment. There still should be moments where the characters breathe and connect. Adam Grant. Oh, we just read that from
good Adam.
Vanity Fair. The reality is that there is probably nothing truly novel to be done with Batman at this point. Try as Reeves and his co-writer Peter Craig might, they can't squeeze much higher meaning blood out of a fatally depleted stone.
Wow.
My new plaid pants. That's
what?
An outlet. What the heck? Here's the problem. You know what? Here's the problem. Way too many critics these days.
Yep.
Who?
Remember, you had Roger Ebert, and
right.
That's the only people that we had back in the 80s and 90s.
Just who the frick cares anymore?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, ever since I stopped believing Rotten Tomato ever since Man of Steel came out. When it was very low numbers, I was like, really? I stopped believing them since then. Just the only thing that matters in Rotten Tomatoes is the audience score. That's it. That's to me what matters. Other than that, that's it. Like the Rotten Tomatoes not a good thing for people to review stuff no more. It's just
yeah. Well, so look, that's kind of the take. I'm really glad that we had some people there at the movie tonight to give us their takes.
Love it.
But even our group is a mixed bag. I mean,
7 or 8. That's not bad.
I mean, 7 to 8, yeah, but I mean, like some different points of view on what they thought of the film and what they thought of the the plot, and and I'll be honest with you, my concern even going in is
the third plot.
The third act, the third act seems to be a concern. That seems to be something that keeps coming up, and then also just I don't know.
I remember this is the first of the trilogy, right? And it'll be able to expand into a new world into HBO Max with new things. I think it's going to be freaking amazing. I think they're leading up to this. It's not one Bat movie. There's going to be more movies and more shows about this universe, and I think it's going to be freaking awesome. Like I said before, give me everything. Give me Sack. Give me this. Give me Gun. I would just want everything. I want to be entertained. As long as the stories are amazing, I'm here for everything.
Yeah. So I wanted to kind of close up what we're doing with like I had mentioned that we were going to do. But here, speaking of Roger and Ebert, so this is their review. This is Roger Ebert's review of Batman and Robin. You ready for this? Because of my love, says, for the world of Batman, I went to Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin with real anticipation. I got thrilled all over again by the Gothic towers of Gotham City. I was reminded of how cool the Batmobile is. Batman has a new one. I've got that one now out in the other room. And I smiled.
That Batmobile is hard to find.
It is hard to find, and you know what the hardest one to find is that all in one piece, just because it's all because the Batman and Robin one is hard to find, but at least there's not like a lot of extra pieces to it.
Oh yeah,
the Batman Forever one has 4 different wings on it and a missile. Yes. And so and it has a cover for the figure to actually go in. At least the Batman and Robin one, it's all one piece. The wings are all built into it, and it has no cockpit cover.
You got the bat wings? Like
I do not have any bat wings. No, I've got a Batmobile collection. I got a Batmobile collection. So,
I love the Batmobile.
But he says Batman has a new one, and I smiled at the fetishistic delight with which Batman and Robin put on their costumes. So he liked it. He liked seeing the bat butt mold
and bat nipples.
Do you agree that Crystal Dano was better in Batman Forever than Batman and Robin?
To a degree, but I think I don't know. I think he's kind of both, but I mean, we got to see him more in character as Robin more in that movie.
Batman,
yeah. But it says sheathing themselves in shiny sheathing themselves in shiny black second skins and clamping on lots of belts, buckles, shields, hooks, pulleys, etc. How much does that stuff weigh? How do they run while they're wearing it? But my delight began to fade at about the 30-minute mark. It took him that long, but my delight began to fade at the 30-minute mark. But when it became clear that this new movie, like its predecessors, was not really going to explore the bizarre world of its heroes, but would settle down safely into a special effects extravaganza. Batman and Robin, like the first 3 films in the series, is wonderful to look at and has nothing authentic at its core. Now, I would disagree with that. When it comes to some of the other movies in that series. Yes, Batman Forever. Yes, Batman Forever comes across like that a little bit, but it's not as full blown.
It's a better movie.
Crazy, over the top like Batman and Robin was.
Release the Schumacher cut.
Right. But the original 89 Batman is still a classic as far as I'm concerned, and I wouldn't just put it into call it a special effects extravaganza.
Still looks good.
It does. There's a scene that illustrates what I mean. It comes during the dreary central section of the film. Bruce Wayne, George Clooney, dines at home with his fiancée for the past year, Julie Madison, Elle McPherson, which was highly underutilized. I mean, that kind of made no sense. Was like Bruce Wayne all of a sudden has this love interest that he's getting married to, and she has no clue what's going on whatsoever. Just funny. Julie says she would like to spend the rest of her life with Wayne. Bruce hems and haws and talks about his bachelorhood and the complications of his life. Julie looks as if she's heard all of this before. The scene is interrupted by an emergency. Watching it, I realize why it makes absolutely no difference who plays Batman. There's nobody at home. The character is the ultimate suit. Garb him in leather or rubber, but he's an action hero. Buzz Lightyear with a heartburn. But put him in civilian clothes, and he's a nowhere man. Now, I disagree with that as well. That's just the way Clooney played him. Yeah. And we've seen that even going forward, is that doesn't make sense. I mean, the real person is Batman. Don't get me wrong. The real person is Batman.
Is that from the Batman series?
This is the Batman serial playing in the back. Have you ever watched those? Those are so great.
On YouTube a little bit.
Oh, yeah, they're so great. I've always suspected they cast movie Batmans by their chins, which is all you can see when the bat costume is being worn. And Clooney has the best chin yet, but like Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer, he brings nothing more to the role because there's nothing much there. Most of the time, he seems stuck for conversation. I think the way to get him started would be to ask about his technological gimmicks. This is a guy who would rather read the Sharper Image catalog than Playboy. The series has been driven by its villains. They make some good memories. Jack Nicholson is the Joker. Danny DeVito is the Penguin. Michelle Pfeiffer is Catwoman. Tommy Lee Jones. I know, man. But don't get Dawson started because Dawson will tell you why she sucks.
I don't understand Dawson.
I don't understand that either. But I love him. Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face. Jim Carrey as the Riddler in Batman and Robin. We get Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, a man who can survive only by keeping his body at 0 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. Absolute. Well, that's a good point. But I mean, it's probably not in the.
I saw her name Emma.
Uma. Uma
Thurman.
Thurman as Poison Ivy, a botanist who turns into an evil plant and wages war against animals.
Evil plant.
That's true.
That's great. They earn their places in the pantheon. Ooh. I didn't know they were in the pantheon. They earn their places in the pantheon of Batman's enemies, but the screenplay doesn't do them justice. It meanders, and some of the big action sequences are so elaborate they're hard to follow. Examples: the one where Freeze's men play hockey with a diamond and a completely pointless motorcycle chase.
I remember that.
Listening to Schwarzenegger's one-liners, "The Iceman cometh," I realized that a funny thing is happening to the series. It's creeping irresistibly toward the tone of the 1960s TV show. The earlier Batman movies, especially the Dark Batman Returns, made a break with the camp TV classic and went for moodier tones. But now the puns and punchlines come so fast, the action has to stop and wait for them. Although we don't get the pow and wham cartoon graphics, this fourth movie seems inspired more by the TV series than the Bob Kane comic character.
Oh, hello, StreamYard. You trash.
Yeah. The plot: Mr. Freeze wants to freeze everybody, first Gotham, then the world, while bringing back to life the cryogenically frozen body of his beloved wife. Poison Ivy wants to destroy all animals and free the globe of her new kinds of genetically engineered for her new kinds of genetically engineered plants. Ivy attracts Batman and Robin and every other man in view with her seductive perfume and tricks Mr. Freeze into helping her until he catches on. Thurman plays her with a languid drawl that suggests plants can have multiple orgasms.
What? Wait, what?
What?
What the?
Jesus, what the hell?
What did I just read?
Can you replay that again? Can you?
Can I replay that? Can I replay that again?
What did I just heard?
Man, I must have missed out on something good, man.
Right? I don't remember.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember watching that version of the film. If I'm being honest.
You saw the extended cut.
Okay, he says.
I'm that crazy.
It says here, Thurman plays her with a languid drawl that suggests plants can have multiple orgasms.
What the fuck?
Wow. Among the supporting characters is the faithful old butler Alfred, Michael Goff, rest in peace, who seems to be dying and asks philosophical questions such as, for what is Batman but an attempt to control the chaos that sweeps our world? Midway in the action, Alfred's niece, Alicia Silverstone, turns up and finds herself a job as Batgirl, although the movie can never decide whether Robin Chris O'Donnell is more attracted to her or to Poison Ivy. Well, he's poisoned.
He's poisoned by the lips.
Yeah. Another interesting character is a bionic muscle man named Bane, who is Poison Ivy's pet monster. Chemicals pump his muscles to 6 times life size, and there are opportunities here for satire on Schwarzenegger's movie roles, but all of them are studiously avoided. What I'll remember from the film are some of the images, such as the Gotham Observatory, which is inside a giant globe held aloft far above the city streets by a towering statue in the Grecian style. And I will remember Mr. Freeze sadly looking at a little music box figure of his wife, and Alfred poignantly searching his family tree on his computer, and Ivy's leafy eyebrows.
That was a weird plot in the movie.
It was.
That was weird. That plot in the movie was weird.
What's that?
That Batgirl is Alfred's niece.
Yeah,
that is just weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they changed it up. And I agree with you. I think it's weird too that that's where they decided to go with that instead of her being Commissioner Gordon's.
I get it. It's a studio mandate, so
Now, what are you going to do, right? Yeah. My prescription for the series remains unchanged. Scale down. We don't need to see $2 million on the screen every single minute. Give the foreground to the characters, not the special effects, and ask the hard questions about Bruce Wayne. There's a moment in the film where we learn that the new telescope in the Gotham Observatory can look at any place on Earth. Just don't point it at my bedroom, Bruce Wayne chuckles. What is he chuckling about?
Oh my god! What about Batman Forever?
Is that it? You want to hear his take on Batman Forever?
Yes, I want to see.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. Yeah, I guess we can.
Batman Forever. If you watch the deleted scenes of Batman Forever, where Bruce Wayne is talking to Grayson in the Batcave and talking about it, that was a good deleted scenes. But that was in
Batman
the
Forever
Schumacher
at Walmart.
I don't think. Probably gotta look up his name.
Let me.
Are you guys after the reviews that William and Austin and Bradley gave us? Are you guys more excited now?
It's still
not
a
in
7 out of 10.
particular.
Yeah.
I still need to see it for myself.
Yeah.
You know, that's my biggest thing. Here, I think this is. Hold on, let me say. I got to see which one is the right dropper.
Where did Batman get that from? Part 5.
Here it is. Check this out. Since we were talking about Batman and Robin, here you go.
Where did Batman get that from? Part 5, Chapter 3, The Clooney Files. It is complete and utter madness for me to think that a sane mind would decide willingly with a zoning permit to build a sculpture this size in between buildings across from a bridge highway that's almost 20 stories off the ground itself. This is Gotham City, y'all. And we are back with more from the Clooney Files. But hold on, Tim Burton, you ain't getting away with this either, because everything in your Gotham City looks like it was built out of a decommissioned battleship. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about Batman and Robin chasing Mr. Freeze over this enormous bridge. I want to talk about how Mr. Freeze elected to freeze a hole into one of these ginormous statues and jump right through it. And what does Batman and Robin do? Risk it all Yola style and jump right through there behind him. Now this is uneven terrain driving down a sculpted arm somewhere in the upper atmosphere. And Batman doesn't see anything risky in this other than the fact that he wants to take this jump with him at the end of the hand. He's a little late on the parental judgment, but who cares? All of this shit is absurd. So he deactivates Robin's motorcycle even though they're satellite height from the ground. Because opposed to taking a jump with them, this is what he thought was safe. Which I guess wouldn't have mattered anyway, because there's always some back grappling hook somewhere. I don't know. Robin's pissed, by the way. He did actually get it right, though, because somehow he used bat mathematics in a split second and realized he wouldn't make it. Because both of Mr. Freeze's henchmen slammed right into the side of the building. Ouch. Somehow Mr. Freeze and his snail mobile made it all the way across. I don't know. Then he ends up freezing the Batmobile. Batman ejects and then flies right in through the windshield. Keep in mind, Mr. Freeze's snailmobile just drove through both sides of a God of War statue. But that's okay. It's Batman. He caught him. But that's not what I want to talk about either. The real subject of this video and the villain of this entire franchise is this right here. Where did he get this from? It's a Bat credit card. This is the dumbest thing in the entire Batman multiverse and continuity. How did he get approved for this? Do they know his secret identity? Is the billing address and the shipping address both the Batcave? This is the ultimate weapon in his utility belt because he can always just stop and buy something. And he could definitely stop by Lowe's or Home Depot and pick up some duct tape because that works on everything. But anyways, I'm going to end this video right here. And hopefully Robert Pattinson doesn't do anything completely ridiculous. If you have any ideas for new series you want me to cover, leave them in the comments below. And if you could, please head over to my YouTube and subscribe. We're going to be adding more content over there as well.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. Bro, the CGI in that movie looks terrible.
It's bad. It's bad. All right.
Oh my
Last
God.
one here. We will look at Batman Forever. How's that? Because we know that the whole world loved Batman Begins, and even more so with
a 3 out of 5.
Oh, he gave it a 2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
2.5 out of 5. What did we just see that Batman and Robin had?
2.
2. So
Yeah.
Batman Forever and I just don't think that Batman Forever deserves that kind of hate.
No, it doesn't. I think George Clooney. Val Kilmer did a decent job as Bruce Wayne. He did good, and like I said, release the Schumacher cut, Warner's.
Yes. All right. Let's see what he has to say here. Let's see what Roger Ebert had to say about Batman Forever. So there's a question that has been nagging me ever since the first Batman movie, and Batman Forever makes it inescapable. Would Bruce Wayne continue his keen interest in crime fighting if he didn't get to wear the Batman costume? The opening, that's what he wants. That's what he's worried about. Would Bruce Wayne keep doing this if he didn't get to wear the costume? The opening scene plays like a commercial for a rubberware shop. And throughout the movie, now hold on. So now he's saying here with the first movie that like it's just a rubberware shop, but like in the last one, like he's all like, I liked watching it. It was good.
Remember that
doesn't make sense.
It's because it was both of them. It's because it's both of them. He likes to see two. And throughout the movie, the dominant images are of fetishistic gear. The belt, buckles, boots, gloves, capes, masks, and of course, the cute little dime-sized nipples on Batman and Robin's chests. When Batman tries on his new prototype costume late in the movie, and there's a close-up of its gleaming buttocks, the audience chuckles knowingly. Batman would be a sensation in any leather bar, but Batman Forever is at pains to show that he has heterosexual tastes. Oh, come on.
Oh, my God. No.
Seriously?
Nicole
Kidman plays Dr. Chase Meridian. By the way, Nicole Kidman, never more gorgeous than she is in this movie.
Yes.
She's fucking beautiful.
Wow. I mean, let me tell you something. As a kid, I never noticed her. I never noticed Nicole Kidman except for two films. This one and To Die For. Because she has the same look in both films, and they both came out around the same time. And man,
I like her in Far and Away with Tom Cruise too.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm just talking about her look. That straight hair look that she has in this movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like her chemistry with Val Kilmer was good.
Yep. Dr. Chase Meridian, who sounds like a bank, but is in fact a student of abnormal psychology. It does. Chase Meridian. That's funny. She's powerfully attracted to Batman the moment she meets him, and wonders what he's looking for in a woman. Would it help, she wonders, if she carried a whip? She's thrilled that Batman reads her books. Not every girl makes a superhero's night table, but less than thrilled when her date for the Gotham charity circus is boring old bachelor Bruce Wayne. Maybe the clothes do make the man. This theme, the girl in love with the image but not the reality, is also standard in the Superman series, where Lois Lane chases the Man of Steel but rejects Clark Kent. What's new in Batman Forever is that Batman himself, Val Kilmer, has to do a little seduction. At the circus, young acrobat Dick Grayson, Chris O'Donnell, saves the crowd by rolling Two-Face's TNT bomb into the river. His family is killed during this process. Bruce Wayne, impressed by the orphaned young man, invites him to stay at Wayne Manor. But Dick is a rebellious motorcycle freak who wants out of there until Wayne shows him his collection of bikes, including priceless old Harleys and Indians. The subtexts in this scene are so deep, you have to wade through them.
That's a Bruce Wayne thing, though. Like, yeah, I'm gonna show this, but that was done well. The Dick Grayson stuff, like the circus and the parents and stuff. I think that was done very good.
The plot of the movie involves the embittered Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones, a former district attorney who is deranged after half his face is scarred by acid. He's mean, but not brilliant. For brains, the movie provides Edward Nygma, Jim Carrey, who uses a computer program to name himself the Riddler, and who hooks up with Two-Face to steal lots of loot to finance his evil scheme. The Riddler's scheme is one of the more amusing aspects of Batman Forever, considering that the movie is being distributed by Warner Brothers, a division of Time Warner, which owns HBO and other cable outlets. The Riddler wants to put a copy of The Box on top of every TV set in Gotham. This device is not exactly an internet provider. It works by sucking up the brain waves of its users, transferring them to the Riddler, whose own IQ expands at dizzying speed. Mm-hmm. Although the first two Batman movies were big winners at the box office, there was a feeling after Batman Returns 1992 that the series had grown too dark and gloomy. Batman was a reclusive neurotic. His enemies included the deformed Penguin, raised from childhood in sewers, and the movie tried for a marriage of superheroes and film noir. That didn't work. The message of noir is that there are no heroes.
Ooh.
Tim Burton, director of the first two brooding Batman films, steps up to producer for Batman Forever, and the new director, Joel Schumacher, makes a generally successful effort to lighten the material. There are more clever one-liners for Alfred, the butler, Michael Goff, lots of laughs for the Riddler, played by Jim Carrey, like a riff on his character in The Mask, and even sitcom moments like the one when Alfred tells Bruce Wayne that the young master has run off with the car. The Jaguar? Asked Wayne. No, sir. The other car. The movie looks great, of course. Gotham City is a web of towering spires, which again makes no sense. Bridges and expressways, like way up there. Why? Planted in a swamp of despond. Boardrooms and laboratories look like German expressionist sets, and the charity circus could come straight from Murnau's Sunrise. There are great gimmicks like the Riddler's brainwave helmet and neat stunts as when the Batmobile climbs straight up the side of a skyscraper. And there is a consistent visual motif, two hands clasping in a firm grip. Dick Grayson is caught in such a grip by his acrobat father during a dangerous trick. And later the shot is repeated to show that Bruce Wayne is now his surrogate father. Great. That is a great point. I mean, that's a great thing in the movie, is like showing those hands, coming together in the beginning of the movie. Dick Grayson's dad can't catch him, or I mean, he can't catch
man, those deleted
but they slip, right? They slip. And so it's kind of cool at the end that Bruce is able to catch him. But so it says, but somehow Batman still doesn't come alive. Val Kilmer is a completely acceptable substitute for Michael Keaton in the title role, but in all three of the movies, Batman remains shadowy and undefined. The movie exists for their villains, who this time both seem to be playing the same note. The Riddler and Two-Face alternate in overacting. That's true. I will say that is absolutely true.
Do you believe the story that Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones hate each other in the movie? Because there's rumors that they hated each other working in the set.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they hate each other. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I haven't seen that, but I don't know.
I mean, I would just, man, they should have just got Willie D.
Oh, I wish they would have gotten Billy D. Williams to play the character. I mean,
I just hope maybe in the Flash movie give us a reference that he fought him. Please, I want to see that. I really want to see that. But in the comics, I know in the '89 comics, they did a good job explaining him how he became the Two-Face.
But yeah, the Riddler and Two-Face alternate in overacting until the pace grows wearying. And most of that comes from the fact that Two-Face doesn't act like that in anything except for this movie. I mean, they made him the Joker Part 2, which is ridiculous. They have him cackling and doing stupid stuff when that was never Two-Face's motif. The Two-Face is much more serious than that, and I just it's kind of crazy.
That's why I didn't like. That's one thing I agreed with the Riddler, the way they portrayed him, but Two-Face being Joker 2.0 was like stupid for me. It was like
for me too. It says there is no rhythm to the movie, no ebb and flow. It's all flat out spectacle. Is the movie better entertainment? Well, it's a great bubblegum for the eyes, and younger children will be able to process it more easily. Some kids were led bawling from Batman Returns, where the PG-13 rating was a joke.
Oh my god.
I liked the look of the movie and Schumacher's general irreverence toward the material, but the great Batman movie still remains to be made. Here is the most complex and intriguing of classic comic superheroes, inhabiting the most visually interesting world, but somehow a story hasn't been found to do him justice. A story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and a Batman at its center who emerges as more than a collection of costumes and postures. More than ever, after this third movie, I found myself asking, who was that masked man anyhow? So there you go. I like Batman Forever. I don't make any bones about it. I like Batman Forever. And let's see some of the comments here down to Batman Forever. This film was the start of the death of cinematic Batman, and the next film finished it. This sounds like you never saw the Nolan trilogy. Wow, there's some hot takes, huh? I love the Nolan trilogy. I just meant this killed it in the 1990s. Not. Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Well, I thought this guy was trying to say that the Nolan trilogy killed it. He might still be, though. Jim Carrey ruined this movie. Chris O'Donnell wasn't much better. I spent much of this movie hoping he would die. Even Tommy Lee Jones was awful in this movie, which is very rare for him. Kilmer and Kidman had potential, but the villains were so obnoxious and had so much screen time. I found this movie impossible to enjoy. The soundtrack was good, though. I'll give it that much, I guess. I actually love this movie. One of the most underrated Batman movies, and the cast was outstanding. The settings were awesome, and the plot was amazing. I give it 4 stars for this awesome movie. That was John Thompson. Then Bruce Wayne says, "That's what I said." The Riddler scheme was about the internet. 22 years later, this remains my favorite Batman movie. Maybe it's the soundtrack that makes it for me. I still love the U2 song. Yes, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. It was a great song.
Yeah, it is.
And then Kiss from a Rose. I mean, geez, right? And then finally here says, the opening lines of the movie tell you all you need to know about how awful and campy it's going to be. Where Burton tried to balance camp with noir in the original, Schumacher just goes full camp, and it is awful. This review is generous, as I felt that Kilmer just walked through the role with no commitment, and Kidman plays a caricature of a femme fatale with one that isn't really fatal. All in all, this was the clear harbinger of bad things to come. So there you go. There's a couple of old school reviews there, but so I don't know, guys. After hearing this tonight, are you? I think we already asked a question, but are you any more excited or less excited for the Batman? Or are you just at this point just ready to see it?
I think I'm just the same. I'm gonna go see it, but it's not like I need to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just I'm kind of in the middle.
I'll be honest with you. It's just kind of stuck. It's just kind of snuck up on me, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm just kind of like at the point where I'm just like, oh yeah, it's here. I'm gonna go watch it. And that's kind of it. That's where I'm at.
I have a very meh feel for it.
Oops, my bad. So I'm gonna watch it. Hope it's good. I get my excitement for it is a 7 out of 10. I hope it's good. I'm worried about the third act, and yeah, that's it. Release the Schumacher cut, Warner Brothers, you fucking garbage company. I want to see the movie. Discovery, please release it, please. I want to see it, and yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh my freaking internet!
What was that, Eddie?
For me, I'm excited for the movie. I love Batman. I'm seeing all the praise for it, all the scores that people are giving. Obviously, those are based on personal opinions. I have to actually watch the movie myself to determine what I feel about it. But no, I think it's gonna be a good movie. Like I said, all day on Twitter, I see people, freaking out over, oh, look at the scores. Oh, yes, this would be awesome. And obviously, I've seen the other side of it too, where people are like, F this movie, all that stuff, which is fine, whatever. If you come out of this movie not liking it, it's fine as well.
Are you boycotted?
No, hell no, I'm not boycotting.
It's so ridiculous.
You're still gonna boycott it after it's come out.
No. I mean, unless these people want to watch it, then boycott it out of some weird thing. But no, I'm excited to watch the movie, and I really can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm at. I just want to see it at this point.
I just want to watch it and then move on with my life. I don't know. It's just like
Jose.
You sound like you're as excited as I was about my ex-wife.
I'll get hopefully I'll get the thrill of like a Batman Arkham Origins movie kind of come to life, but other than that,
I hope it's similar to Batman Telltale series. I love that game. And Arkham games and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, for our friends who saw it, thank you so much for your reports tonight.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for giving us your thoughts on it. Haven't just seen it, and it'd be interesting to see if any of that changes upon a second or third viewing. I know I'm going to see it Thursday, so I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
At what
And
time are you watching it?
I think we're going at like 7. I could go earlier, but
I might see it on a Friday or Saturday.
I want to see it with the family. So Isaac is actually going. I think tomorrow, maybe he might be going tomorrow to see it with his buddy, and who's dressing up as the Riddler. So the guy got a Riddler costume. Yeah. So
I'm watching it. Yeah, I'm watching it Thursday at 3:15. So,
cool. But I don't know. I'll probably watch it maybe Friday or Saturday. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited for this movie.
Listen, like the Batman is not a movie that it will put seats, yes, but like it's not a movie to rush out. It's not. It's like we've seen many Batman over the years.
Well,
So,
I mean, the whole thing is like, and I don't like the comparison they're doing No Way Home and comparing this to No Way Home. No Way Home was something that was like exceptional in the sense because it was completely nostalgic. We knew that these Spider-Man were going to come into the universe. We had that clue that was going to happen, and that's why it was so and the characters, the villains, because like they said before, Paul Dano's going to outshine Batman because in every freaking superhero movie, the villain is always the best character.
That's true.
Because they play it like a lot of actors, always say, "I want to be the villain. I want to play the villain," because it's like they don't have any, they can go all out with a villain.
Well, not a lot of them.
And a hero always has some rules they have to follow.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I want to get this movie over with, and then I want to, just have this month-long binge of trying to wait for the Flash, some trailers to come out.
The Flash?
Yes. So that's what I've been.
The Flash is going to be epic, dude. I think all these movies are going to be epic.
Hoping.
I don't know, bro.
21.
This is the same thing we always say about movies, dude. It's going to be epic. I trust. If they gave Matt Reeves basically the hands to the universe, right? If they did the same thing with Machete, and they're doing all that stuff, and forget what they did to Zack. I think they learned their lesson with what they did to Zack, and we got the best, I think, superhero movie of all time in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and now it's ready for Batman. I'm ready for Batman for all the MCU movies, all the Sony movies, all the DC movies. To just let them do what they want to do. They're directors for a reason. I remember when I was doing theater acting, right? Because I'm an actor. I was an actor, and I did college plays and stuff like that. The director was God. Okay, he was God. There was nobody telling him what to do, and I want you have the stage manager, but you have the director who's God. He controls everything, and that's what I want for these directors to do. I'm the creator. I'm going to create what I want to create and forget everybody else. Producers were just there to give money for the director to create. I wish they just stopped doing this crap and let the directors direct their movie. Because if it's a great movie, it's a great story, I'm all for it, dude. I'm sick and tired of it.
Fourth 1,000. There you go. That'll be Sunday.
Oh yeah.
like I love Andy Machete, the director. He's a good director. I love him.
I mean, there's only one thing being flushed in the Flash.
For the Flash, I hope. The Flash hasn't done reshoots yet, so they probably will do reshoots after they do.
The big question is will the movie leak online?
Yes.
Potentially.
Probably. No, I mean, will it leak online like Zack Snyder's Justice League did, like before it even comes out?
I would not be surprised if somebody has a picture of the Flash movie.
Yeah, with that, I mean, because now I hope that because with the merger and everything that's happening, and if they get rid of everybody there, and the promotion of these new movies that are coming out, why haven't we had trailers already.
Yeah,
that's what
that's what
I'm like upset about this. Literally, this dude is showing up in July, Black Adam, and we have no trailer yet.
Who?
Black Adam is in July.
The new the guy who played the same character in every movie?
He's a guy in this film.
I don't know who's that.
And then it's only 7 months after. It's what? It's in November, right? So we're already in March. 8 months from now, basically.
I think by September, if they do another DC film by August or September, they will release a trailer for the Flash.
They have enough time to release the trailers and for other promotion.
Yeah.
They're gonna wait home. They took forever for that shit.
What's up, Garguts? Good to see you, man.
Sony did zero marketing for no.
Oh, also Enosh.
Yes.
Would you? Okay. So, you know who the judge is? Oh, I'm pretty sure you do. You know you know who the judge is from the animated series?
Sí, señor.
The judge
from
Harvey Dent's other persona.
Yeah.
Do you think would you like him to be in like a Batman project if they introduce Harvey Dent in Two-Face?
Ooh.
Do you think he'd be a good addition to like a Batman movie?
I think he will be in a Gotham show, Gotham PD. Why not?
Man,
if they're doing a Jim Gordon spin-off show, you could introduce Harvey there.
Well, we already had a Jim Gordon. Gotham was a Jim Gordon.
They're doing another Gotham PD show with a higher budget.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh boy, that's
come on. Let's be honest. The only good thing in Gotham was the Riddler.
I like Gotham.
The Penguin.
I liked Gotham. There were some things about Gotham that drove me absolutely nuts. Like the stuff that I didn't like about Gotham, I really didn't like about Gotham.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Like when Fish Mooney plucks her eyeball out and then like the next week she has a new eyeball. I'm just like, miss me with that. That's no, and more no.
She got a budget cut eyeball.
Oh, dear God in heaven. That was just so bad. But
it was like
not how that works.
You know, Rocket just had a perfectly good eye for Thor, out of nowhere,
Yeah, but at least I could even go there with that before I go with
remember Mr. Freeze in Gotham?
Listen, Mr. Freeze was good. Professor Pig was good. Riddler was good. The Penguin was good.
I love
the Joker would have been good, except for then for some reason they're just like, hey, let's screw that all up. I don't understand why I don't understand why they decided to just like screw the heck out of that, but they did.
I think if they do a really good job with Harvey Dent and Two-Face, I think it'd be really a really nice touch to add like the judge to a property.
What about Victor Zsasz?
Victor Zsasz?
Victor Zsasz was
I've always in Gotham, yeah. I don't see
he was
him
awesome.
being a main villain in a Batman movie though. He's definitely like your
like the ending.
Yeah, he's not going to be a main.
He's like your deuteragonist.
Like the ending for the season finale of Gotham was terrible. They should have did.
It was great,
bro. They should have did a 22. They should have did a 15-year time jump or something like that of him being Batman.
They did it. They did it. I think it was 10 years.
That's terrible.
Preview best at Batman.
Come on, he could have.
Well, and that suit just looked bad too. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it just they just didn't put their best into that. You
should put a picture.
And like I said, the Joker, the Joker was they were actually doing something good with the Joker, and then
because he was so good. The actor was amazing in it.
Oh, I know, and it was almost like they didn't want their own success.
Yeah.
Because they actually introduced a Joker that like we were all getting
good
behind with the show, and then all of a sudden it was like no, we don't want to do that. No, we don't want to give you guys something that you're liking.
Yeah, that's the only complaint I had, that they all of a sudden he has a twin brother, and that's actually the Joker, and it's like what?
What and they just hand it over to him just like, like, oh yeah, Jeremiah's the Joker now instead of Jerome. Jerome was literally freaking the Joker for how long, man? Like they even did the face replacement thing, man. Like where it's like he took his face off and put it back on, and it was just like, and then they're just gonna be like, oh no, he had a twin brother who had absolutely none of these experiences whatsoever, who had none of this whatsoever. But we're just gonna give him the mantle of the Joker. Screw that. Miss me with that. He was, and everybody pretty much here agrees. Looks like yeah. I mean, everybody.
Do you remember?
Jerome was amazing in the show.
Do you remember Scarface?
You know, so I've never seen Scarface.
You know, in Gotham show. He was there.
Scarface.
Yeah, the head Scar. Yes, Scarface. Yeah, he was in Gotham, but he was there for a little bit.
His name was Scarface?
The puppet?
Yeah, the Muppet, yes.
The puppet Scarface and ventriloquist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, vaguely. Yeah. It's been a long time, but yeah.
It's ironic that my favorite Victor's Ass is from like probably one of the worst Bat family shows, Batwoman. I don't know. I really enjoy that version of Victor's Ass for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen Victor's Ass and Batwoman?
No, I've not watched that. I've not watched Batwoman at all.
If you look at clips of Victor's Ass, it's just like it's I don't know. It's just something about like the actor and the role where you play this Victor's Ass that just makes it interesting.
You know what's funny? They showed the Joker and I watched a clip on Twitter. They showed the Joker, but that was like in Batwoman. Yeah, in the flashback scene. But he was a silhouette. You didn't see him that much, but I was like, okay, so you let the CW use the Joker, but you don't let Titans use the Joker. That doesn't. It didn't show his face. Yeah, that's a weird.
It's best not to talk about Titans right now because
it's very weird.
I love Titans. I love Titans. I make no bones about it. I love Titans.
I don't like season 1 Nightwing, but you know.
Oh, I do.
Season 3 is terrible.
Nightwing is the best part of that whole show for me.
I mean, season 1 Robin. My bad. My fault.
I guess I could agree.
Oh, I do.
Nightwing being the
I
best.
do.
Robin.
You know what?
They did Trigon dirty though. I was like, for
they
real.
They did Trigon dirty.
CGI was terrible.
I love it, man. I love it. I make no bones about it, man. I absolutely love it.
How you feel about Titan season 4 being 8 episodes?
Well, aren't they all?
That's fine as long as it's 8 great episodes.
Listen,
it's trash. They're gonna rush the story.
You know what?
It's fucking garbage.
No, they're not.
Yes, bro.
That's
Look
the
at
whole
last
thing
season.
they've not rushing the storyline. The less episodes they make, the bigger budget they have for each episode.
It's not that bad,
bro.
I didn't really care that much, to be honest with you.
Last season,
it's just not that bad. It's really not that bad.
Not bad.
Look, I'll tell you this.
And I think they definitely rushed the Red Hood stuff.
That's true.
Listen. Okay, hold on a second.
It's true.
Yes, they did rush Red Hood, but they had to because what were they going to do? Skip 8 years into the future? They did not have that luxury. I understand why they had to do it. I don't agree with it. I also agree that if I had my comic book accuracy that I would love for them to have the story to have played out the way we see in the comics, but obviously they couldn't do that. Now
I think
it takes away from a little bit for me that it's like a couple of days instead, but it would have been fine if they would even skip like 3 months, right?
No,
I think it was the whole month
of the season. At the end of
no,
the season,
it was literally just a couple of days. I think it was just
I don't know because I'm pretty sure they could. Because they already did it like by season.
Okay, bro. Bruce Wayne is literally
okay, but
it could have been at least 2 more years of that before they introduced him as Red Hood.
Okay, but at least admit that this Red Hood looks amazing for. He looks amazing.
All these characters look amazing, dude. Nightwing looks amazing. Him, both Robins looked amazing. Raven looks amazing. Starfire looked. Well, look, I didn't like Starfire's look.
I didn't like her. I didn't like her hooker look, but
I didn't like that look. I did not like that look. I had problems with that look.
She's still a hooker.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't like that look.
I think her new look is better than her weird hooker look, but
I agree.
Did you like that scene where he sees his daughter with Starfire? I thought that was so amazing.
I still hate like she shoots fire. It's like well,
she doesn't have fire anymore.
She doesn't have fire anymore. Season 3 was like it started with 3 great episodes, then it just went downhill after that.
But I mean, she doesn't have fire, Eddie. She doesn't have fire anymore. They took that away.
I'm talking about like the energy blast. What that show was like. That's stuff. I mean,
bro, Alfred,
the fact that she doesn't really fly either. It's like, come on.
Bro, in the Lazarus pit is the kiddie pool. What the fuck is that?
Come on,
bro.
That is such a sarcastic way of looking at it.
The Lazarus pit.
No.
Okay, but hear me out. The Lazarus pit in most incarnations is just a dug up hole with green juice in it. Come on now.
Yeah.
Bro, you tell me Roz is fucking retarded to leave the that there? Come on, he's not stupid. No,
there's always some random dug up Lazarus pit somewhere in either in Gotham or some other location.
Yeah, man. No.
Let's not act like this is the
good luck. I am not watching that season. I am not watching that trash show no more.
Oh, dude, whatever, man.
And then you say that all the time. You said that would be
listen.
And then you watch
that show is great. I love seeing the characters that are in that show in live action for the first time, and I will argue over and over again about Titans. I'm sorry. To me, I enjoy Titans, and I'm more excited about Titans than I am Doom Patrol. And I like Doom Patrol, but the thought of Doom Patrol kind of gives me a headache until I start watching it.
It's pretty much Legends of Tomorrow.
It's like when I get done with the season. When I get done with the season of Doom Patrol, I'm like, yes, I'm done with Doom Patrol. Like I don't have to watch it for a while, and then it comes back on, and I'm like, oh crap, there's another season of Doom Patrol, and then I start watching it, and I get into it, and I'm like, yeah, I remember, I like this. Okay, I do like this. Okay, I really like this. All right, it's cool. And then by the end of the season, I'm just like, I'm tired of Doom Patrol. I really like it, but I'm just like exhausted. I'll be honest with you. Like I absolutely loved The Flash. I was like so into The Flash, man. It was like must see TV. I would race home from wherever I was, man, to come home and watch The Flash. And now I did not watch. I only watched 2 episodes of season 6, and I have not watched 1 episode of this season so far.
The Flash has got
nothing.
The Flash has got too corny and
so bad.
Corny and dramatic for me.
No, I just want to see
somebody. You said corny, right?
Yeah.
You said
I thought you said that too. I know.
I heard it too.
I thought you said horny. I thought you did say horny.
No, corny. And I think it pushes back Barry from like this being his show. Now now everyone has the Speed Force.
Well, not everybody.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing a Red Hood spinoff.
How about that?
I would not mind seeing a Red Hood spinoff at all. But I know that they're doing. I mean, the next season is
trash. Yeah, blood. Dude,
it's not trash. The next season is on its way. So
8 episodes.
It's gonna be epic, dude.
Cancel that show already.
Justice for Aqualad because we didn't really see anything from him because he
man.
Excuse me, what happened to Deathstroke's daughter? They forgot about her.
Oh yeah, they completely forgot about her and Jericho.
Okay, get out.
Like, listen, they didn't. Hold on a second. Hold on. They did not forget about her.
Yes,
there's like so many freaking characters. You can't.
Whose fault is that?
Because it's Titans. What do you mean? Whose fault is it? It's literally Titans. That's the whole show. So it means not every character is going to be fleshed out every episode. Look what they had to do with Raven. Raven took forever to come back, but when they brought her back, it made sense and it was good.
I'm just saying, you could have stayed with the core.
Anthony, come on, Anthony. You know you like this. You're just listening to other people. You know
Anthony loved. Yeah, Anthony's over here listening to other people. We know who he's listening to.
I'm not gonna watch that season.
We know who he's listening to. All the negative Nancys. right? Who don't like F words in their
with me that Titans
all the negative Nancy's who don't like F words in any of their DC except for Zack Snyder stuff.
I'm just saying,
God forbid there be a penis joke in Peacemaker, but I swear to God, we can have a reach around joke in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it's brilliance. Give me a break.
I didn't think that was great.
Well, it's just the tone. The tone. No, it's not the tone. Listen, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're just admit when you have a bias. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's you or Anthony. I'm just saying like that annoys me. That annoys me. Like when you're like, I don't like that lowbrow humor. You've literally got like stuff in Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder has put out pictures of Batman going down on Catwoman, for God's sake. And I have friends and people who want to talk about like they don't like lowbrow humor. Get out of here with that. Just admit that you just like Zack's stuff and just move on with it. And let's not pretend and play these games that like you didn't like a show that you never even watched. Sorry.
You can love everything. It's different stories. That's what it is. I don't want a repeat of the comic book.
I agree.
People have like, oh, it has to be comic book accurate. No, it does not have to be comic book accurate.
It doesn't. But when it's not, people still talk shit though. That's the thing. People still talk shit when it's not, or it is. So it's like either way, you're gonna lose.
Yep.
I think Titans
can't please everybody.
I think Titans should have just been a Nightwing show instead of.
Then it wouldn't be Titans.
Then it wouldn't be Titans.
Then it wouldn't be Titans.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. It absolutely does matter. Like if dude, if it's the Nightwing show, then it's the Nightwing show. It's not Titans.
I'll tell you this: if they introduce,
I think they have to. No, but in the season 4, I think they have to make a Beast Boy turn into anything now. Come on, it's been 3 seasons. Superboy makes time in a bat, and then there's always the tiger.
I think you gotta give him the character in the show Beast Boy.
He's been getting minor progression, but
I think he has to go full out in season 4.
I'll say this:
and there's already a season 5. They greenlit 2 seasons already.
Yep.
So
if Titans introduce Roy Harper or Wally West, I will come back. If they don't, then
I mean, I think other than that, that's it. It's a really unpopular opinion, but one day I want to see like Renee Montoya's question. Like that's probably one of my favorite things from New 52. It was having Renee Montoya.
The relationship?
No. When she became the question in the comics, she became the question.
I just want to see Huntress and the question relationship in live action. I think you could do that.
Ugh.
Bro, they did that good.
See,
with the
Toronto Freddy,
out of nowhere.
Look, a couple things here. Fourth 1000. So here's my thing. Like, I think that there is a an overdoing of. God, I hate this chair. Of dick jokes and stuff like that in the stuff, but like you said again, like that's James Gunn, right? That's his thing. Like I think it's ridiculous that there's an episode called "The Chode Less Traveled." Like it's just it is right. But the funny thing about that episode, "The Chode Less Traveled," is like it's literally a very serious episode that actually deals with some very heartfelt stuff. The problem is it turns people off who would probably enjoy it and be able to appreciate it, but they won't because. They won't watch it because, James Gunn is just this, and this. Now, the other thing about that, if I can get my mouse to work, I got to get new batteries for my mouse. I also disagree with, and that's fine. Everybody, and when I say I disagree to something, I'm not meaning you're wrong. I'm just saying for me personally, the Toronto Freddy says the character development in Titans is pretty bad. The acting doesn't help either. There are some actors, yes, who aren't as good as others. Okay, there absolutely are. Superboy is shut up.
All right,
you shut up right now. You shut up right now. No. I will stand up for that. No, don't tell anybody their fandom doesn't matter. But Anthony, you are
awful,
edging awfully close right now. Because let me tell you something. Superboy is amazing on that show.
And Commander, Commander, and
for all of you,
Superboy,
for all of you, going to clip that
yeah.
for the one of you who has the Twitter account, you know, who's dedicated to me. Thank you so much. And you're going to clip it, be like, says everybody's Phantom Manners until he goes after Anthony. No, it's called a joke. It's called I know I can joke with Anthony like that. All right, because Anthony's not a moron. No,
I already clipped it out though.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go. No, listen. To me, there's a lot of development in the show, though. I really think there's a lot of development in the show. I think it develops the characters that need to be developed. Yes, it doesn't develop. It doesn't develop.
Where's Superman in your Titan show? In your Titan show,
you see, this is the kind of questions that don't make any sense. It's literally like, oh my gosh, they gave us Batman. Well, excuse me, they gave us Bruce Wayne, so now they automatically have to give us Superman, or else we revolt. Like that's just not the way that it works.
That's not my thing. That's a Twitter thing.
I know, but that's not okay. Well, then, but that's still then it's not the way that it works, right? That's not the way that works.
You mean Alfred? You mean Alfred as Bruce? That's Alfred.
I do think he looks better as Alfred than Bruce Wayne, but. You know,
you want to know how about Titan?
He's an old guy. He's an old guy. You know, this guy's old.
It's not my Batman. Batman wouldn't kill himself. Like, okay.
Like the continuity for Titans. Like, okay, so you're telling me Alfred was alive in season 1?
Okay, what do you think of Commander? At least
of what?
Commander. Who? Like that.
I love
Blackfire.
I love
Blackfire. Oh yeah.
Her real name is Commander.
I thought she was great.
She's a hooker.
What?
He's just being difficult. Anthony.
He's just being awful.
No.
I think Commander and Superboy are probably one of my favorites from.
Thank you, Jose. That's Alfred. That is Alfred.
No, I was surprised the reason why he's so old is like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. It should went with an old guy to be Bruce Wayne, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me, so he's not gonna age when this guy's already like 30.
How old is he supposed to be in the show?
You want to freeze Batman at his age when Nightwing is already 30 years old. You want to freeze him? He's not gonna age up
in the show.
Batman doesn't get to age up.
Yeah,
he's in his 20s. How is he in his 60s? Come on.
Nighthawk,
come on now.
Nightwing is 30 years old, but you want to keep him at 35. You want to keep him at 35.
Okay. Krypton. If Spider-Man can't grow up and marry Mary Jane and have children, Batman cannot age either.
But he did. We just watched.
Okay.
No, incorrect.
Okay, let me say something. In the show, Bruce is 40 to 45. In the show, that's what Google said. He's 40 to 40. Yeah.
Hell no.
That doesn't make sense.
Dude, I'm 45, dude. The hell?
I'm 45 years old. There ain't no way that
y'all old for age.
I think he's like 55 in the show. He's 55.
Anthony, you and your numbers again, Anthony.
Real answer is 60.
I don't know if we can substantiate. I don't know where this conversation even came from. Like I was trying.
I was asking
2.5 hours. I was trying to like bring it down here, and like all of a sudden we got into this whole thing. Like
it started because I asked about the judge.
Enash is about to end the stream, and all of a sudden you start talking about 45 years old. Hey Devontae, I love you, man. Hey, good to see you, by the way, Devontae. It's been a while since we talked. With the $2 thank you, Devontae. Hey man, I'm actually like I gotta be
we're at the tail
end, 5.5 hours. Like we are literally at the tail end. It's like I appreciate you asking, but
no, he's
this was a side conversation that went into like about a half hour here. So that never happens here on the lounge. Never ever.
No,
that's why it's great.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I think Batman in the show is probably like 50 or 55.
So I'll tell you what, Devontae. Next time we get into a discussion about Titans, I'm guessing it's the Titans.
But the thing about Titans, like they're introducing Lex Luthor next season, which is like, okay, how you gonna do?
I actually like Lex that. Hold on. Wait a second. You're gonna complain about no Superman.
Where's Superman?
Yet
They're adding.
You don't want. Yeah, you're.
Bro, those are people from Twitter. Those are people
Superman.
from
I
Twitter.
mean, Lex
I'm gonna get stuck
has
anymore.
People from Twitter.
They never should have killed Deathstroke. That was a mistake. He's a
fucking
Titans
stupid.
villain. That was stupid
from them to kill Deathstroke.
Well, there's a Lazarus pit, so who cares?
That's how you get
They
to
can
the
bring
next
him back.
villain. Because you're only
doesn't
doing
make
5 seasons.
That still doesn't make it any less dumb though.
I don't think we will ever get to see Bruce Wayne wear the bat suit in Titans. That's
Who
funny.
cares? Because it's not his show. It's not his show. It's the Titans show.
And then
No, that was the Dick Grayson show, though.
It's a Dick Grayson show, not a
Jason
Titans
Todd.
show.
I love Titans. I love everything DC. The only thing DC I don't like is, you know what, the worst movie ever made, Justice League.
Justice League is better than the Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah, Jose. Thank you. What do you expect from a writer?
He got a senior discount. He has Life Alert. Jose, that's funny as hell.
No, his next question.
That was stupid how they killed Donna. The way she died. I was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
Well, she back and now she has all her powers because she didn't have. They like depowered her, but when she died and came back, now she has more powers. Like
why didn't Superboy do it? That's the thing.
Wait, they killed Donna with electricity. What the?
Yeah, they did, bro.
Have you seen it?
I've seen.
I definitely have. I was like,
I've
what
seen
the
bits
hell?
and pieces. I'm just not gotten started with it.
I was shocked. I was like, this is the stupidest thing I ever saw.
That was kind of.
You never had.
But I like.
You never had Black Lightning before.
That's from Young Justice.
Dear Jesus, help us. Dear God.
That was from Young Justice.
Okay, so I'm going to bed. Thank you all. Thank you all for showing up to our TED Talk tonight about Titans. We will we'll defend Titans at another night. Apparently, we have to form another team to defend the Titans.
Cancel Titans.
From the evil Twitters. All right. Hey, thanks everybody who joined us. Thanks to all of our friends who were at the Batman tonight, who shared their thoughts and their points of view. And hey, go see Batman, right? And if you don't go see Batman, then fine, don't go see Batman. Like if you got some fundamental issue with going to see Batman, I don't know why, but okay.
Why not see a rich kid, beat up on people in poverty? Why not?
Oh, I hope. Hey,
did you see that Saturday Night Live skit from like last year?
Yeah,
about Bruce Wayne and Batman. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny because like Bruce Wayne's putting on this gala and like they're giving away food and stuff like that to underprivileged neighborhoods, and so a black family comes in and they're like talking and stuff, and Bruce Wayne is basically trying to talk positively about Batman. Like this Batman's so great or whatever, and he's like somebody goes, oh, you talking about Batman? Yeah, Batman came in like beat up somebody I knew, like put him in traction, put him in the hospital and stuff, like ran up the hospital bill and all this stuff. It was like somebody ought to do something about Batman.
I can't wait until I like jaywalk and then out of nowhere Batman walks up on me.
That's the one guy's like, oh, you talking about Batman? Somebody needs to do something about him. And then it comes down at the end and like some lady goes and she goes, oh, you guys talking about Batman? Oh yeah, somebody needs to do something. And every time they say something, it makes Bruce Wayne feel even more uncomfortable. And so it's like somebody needs to do something about him. He goes, oh, don't worry, somebody is going to do something about Batman. My cousin, he's in the Slammer with the Joker, and they're working on a plan right now that's definitely going to take out the Batman. And Bruce Wayne's like, oh, what? Like, what would that plan be? He's like, oh, don't you worry about it, Mr. Wayne. They got it all covered. All covered. They're going to take out the Batman. Oh, man. It's good stuff. All right, guys. Hey,
boycott Titans.
Oh,
yeah, boycott Titans.
Shut up, Anthony.
Boycott Titans.
Thank God that ended
sweet
after
Jesus.
season 5. Trash ass show. Garbage ass
The best DC show on HBO Max is Harley Quinn. We all agree about that. So yeah.
They should bring back Swamp
I
Thing
can't
and
wait for
Krypton.
Harley Quinn animation, the animated series again.
Oh heck,
that's what I call it.
Like it's a massive thing, and so I want to see his thing.
I mean, she has.
I did fall off from Harley Quinn, so it was.
Oh,
what? It's so good.
It's good.
It's all right.
It's really good.
I like it, but
so, anyways, guys, hey, don't forget this Saturday night we'll be inducting H. Bartz into as the first ever inductee into the Poindexter Hall of Fame. It's going to be a fun night, and
Awesome.
apparently we got to keep an eye out for whoever this masked person is who's like leaving hints and stuff on the channel. I don't know what the shadowy figures like all in flames and stuff taking over my channel. I can't even show the clip again because like I don't even know who it is. So anyways, hey, take it easy, folks. We love you. Don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, and don't tell anybody that your fandom doesn't matter. But,
except for Anthony, who cares what?
Yeah, except for Anthony. If Anthony just
boycott Titans, boycott Patty Jenkins. If Patty Jenkins doesn't give me Diana Troy in Wonder Woman 3, I'm boycotting her. That's it.
I mean, I want to see Cat.
Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Bro, that scene was so garbage.
Trying to bait me into staying on air, aren't you? You're just trying. You're just trying. The Last
Jedi is so woke.
The Last Jedi is awesome. The Last Jedi was
Anthony,
awesome.
Bro.
Anthony, don't worry. That wasn't really Luke Skywalker anyway, so don't worry about his character getting bastardized.
Yeah, he was weak as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, don't worry. That's we don't talk about that movie anyway, so let's just move on.
How many times am I gonna have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Until next time, guys, treat everybody with respect, like I'm about to treat Anthony with some respect. And if you think that there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge, you don't know, Eddie might get some of this respect too. I do have a couple of them. Right there, folks. Until next time, peace out. Stay nerdy.
See ya, guys.